Hey! So, I just uploaded, technically today, I uploaded my last video that I made of the reacting to the Sanders sides. I'm really tired because what happened was I tried to stay, I really wanted to get that video uploaded on Valentine's Day, but I recorded at night and then I totally underestimated how long, a 2+ hour video, which I didn't know it was that long, took to, process in Movie Maker and then upload to YouTube. So I ended up missing the mark and I uploaded that video past midnight. But so I was up past midnight, I was up to like 2. And then I woke up to my mom's alarm that she forgot to turn off at like 7:40. So I got like 6.5 hours of sleep. I don't know. But yeah. So I'm going to be a little tired, but I realized that a good way to do this, I should have this because then I can put this in my pocket. I realized that I'm not going to be able to just like do this without having something to do. That's why the mukbang thing worked really well. Because last time I didn't expect it to go 2 hours, I just kind of wanted to dedicate all night to that. And I didn't really pay attention, but I realized that I need something to do because I've watched these so many times that I can't really justify rewatching them without doing anything else. So I'll just like do commentary on them while sculpting a art project for my art class while I watch these, and and clearly if I'm not looking at the screen, I already know what's on the screen because I've watched all of these a lot. And this wasn't intentional, but sorry, I'm very tired this morning. This wasn't intentional, but basically last night I watched, I don't know if they include accepting anxiety. I don't know if that's considered the final, like the season finale or the first episode of the second season, but basically I watched the rest of the first season last night and stopped like just in time. So I guess I'm gonna watch this while I sculpt and just kind of talk.
Hey, this is Thomas, and this is usually where I start off by saying something quick and witty to begin the video. Yeah.
Anxiety-less Thomas is so
another video.
cursed.
This is awesome. Oh, wait, actually, I usually and what is up, everybody? But I don't actually hear your
I wish he had like a
responses,
side
and
that
strangely
just
enough, I'm not
acted like
concerned about
this all the
consistency
time.
today. You know what
Like,
I want to talk about?
Procrastination or
Food.
something. Someone's talked
Or you know
about
what?
that.
Actually, maybe about
But like,
that
what
TV show
if
I
someone
just
said
watched.
like, what if there's
Or maybe I
a
should just
side
watch
called
another TV show and eat some
procrastination,
food. That's
and
it. All right, until next time,
in
take
its
it easy,
introduction,
guys.
the
I'm
video
on
that
my
it's supposed to be
if I may,
introduced,
I'm
like
going to step in for a second.
the video, like
Logan's here, so I
someone like
probably
people
did
come in and
something
they're
wrong.
like, wait,
No,
what's going
just
on? Why are we
seeing the
having a
video
video? And then at the very end,
uncharacteristically
he
careless.
comes in
I
and he's
hadn't
like,
cared to notice.
with his episode that he's
That's it.
introduced,
There it is.
he
That's
comes
what
in
you
at the
were
end
saying.
and he's like, oh, sorry, I kind of forgot what was going on.
You
I
tend to start the
didn't
video with
remember I
at
had
least some
to
sort
come.
of
I'm like,
direction before the
I was doing
inevitable
something.
internal conflict. They do
I didn't really want
usually
to.
follow that story arc, but maybe that's a good thing.
Gosh,
you know?
this episode is so
changing it
meta
up.
at the start.
I mean, maybe. No, I don't know. You're confusing me. I think I have a vocab word for this. You good bomb. That was bad, but like you're a really good trier, Logan. You're really good.
But
Thanks.
also, like,
Texted
anxiety-less.
me. Thomas, you
Thomas
didn't
is
answer the question.
very
Your question about whether or
wholesome.
not I'm good, fam? That's the one. You'd probably know when something is up because you usually provide, the explanatory exposition in my videos because all the other characters are too zany or relatable. Okay, I'm at a loss here. Should we check on the others? If you want. I do want that. Are you going to? Morality, creativity. Wow, rude.
You're too cool to call us by our names, kiddo.
Nah, that was just the easiest way to, quickly establish what
Perhaps
you
it goes a little too far with the meta.
Any viewers watching. Jeez. Okay. Consider taking a more nuanced approach with that explanation next time. He's my logical side. Is everything Gucci, Thomas? I suppose I could have posed the question that way as well, but that is
Now he has
precisely
a
why I
vocab
wanted
card
you
of
to
that.
hear.
You mean us three?
Oh, did I say 3?
No.
Then I guess I didn't mean 3.
He's made mistakes before.
An uncommon occurrence.
Well, then you might say the amount of mistakes you've made is infinitesimal.
You make one mistake, and this is what
God.
happens. Okay, time
How-
out for thee, and
how
time out for thee.
mean.
Focus on issues or focus on me.
That's
Okay,
one
you're
of the
right.
most
Let's get down to
quotable
business.
lines, I
To
think.
defeat the Huns!
Please stop.
Come
Stop,
on.
please. I'm sorry.
Mulan!
Thomas, this aloofness that you are displaying is highly unproductive.
You mean I can't make babies?
What? Just kidding. Can someone else please? Some
I love it.
flames on the side of my face. Seething.
I dropped my
seething
entire
fire.
art
Is
project.
something bothering you, buddy?
That's
An
another
unattainable
quotable
dream,
moment.
a hopeless
I
romance.
mean,
lack of
this is
sleep,
like
a
fan favorite
puzzling
episode, so
situation,
there's
having
so
trouble
many
with
quotable moments in
adultery.
this.
Oh yeah, you always say that instead of becoming an adult or adulthood. As if you didn't know the troubling
Yeah, I know,
definition
and it's
of the word
hilarious,
you're
Thomas.
using,
We love
which
it.
actually means, you know, when
Wait, Pumbaa, not in front of the kids.
Well, I don't know what you two are talking about, but something definitely seems to be off. You keep saying that, but honestly, I'm good. Fam?
Now, don't you go shortening the word family by cutting out my 3 favorite letters. I-L-Y.
Okay, well, Patton definitely seems to be doing okay. How about you, Roman? Let's see. Disney references, regal appearance, general awareness that I'm better than you two. I'm feeling pretty good. Then what could be wrong here?
Boy, you both always act like you know all the answers, so it's surprising that you keep overlooking something so simple.
Oh, is that so, Patton?
He's so cute.
And what might that be?
Where is anxiety?
Do you honestly think it's necessary to have him here?
To offer his mopey, dopey input, I don't like him. I'm still
They're
hungry.
so
No,
unnecessarily
stop him,
mean
stop
in this
him,
one.
Thomas.
It's like in the growing up episode. Or not the growing up
Can't
one.
afford these detours.
The one where like
anymore.
they're talking about how
We're doing a bit
moderation
here,
and
buddy.
like you
All
can
right, well,
still
at
be
least it's something
like a
healthy.
child at
Isn't
heart, but
there
you
a
need to
more
like be
important thing that
functional.
you should be focusing on
They're
right now?
they're kind of
Oh,
doing
you're
like the
just
same
sitting
like
there all over the
extreme
carpet, aren't you?
meanness
All
that they
right,
did
well,
to
what if you
Patton
have
in that
guests over? I
episode
won't have them
to
for a
kind of
while,
just like
so-
exaggerate
He's
why
definitely
they're having
inviting
the
some
purpose for the
ants over.
episode.
Just ants, no uncles? Can you take off the hoodie? Like you look like a hot mess. Nay, not hot, cool. Nay, not cool, uncool. An uncool mess.
If you want me to.
Oh dear, sweet mother of hairbrushes. What is your hair?
I'm just letting it do its thing.
There's a lot of viewers that are gonna see you like this, so
Yeah, they've seen me on better days, so
Nobody
you know, Thomas,
cares.
I don't know if that makes sense.
You have kind hair. Oh, thanks, I guess.
Kind of hair that grows on a dog's butt.
That's probably an accurate comparison.
Just put your hood back on.
You're the boss, Haas.
What does that mean? I'm not.
Hoss.
And Prince Roman. Okay, well, better bring in Count Wolof. Any input is better than what Mr. T is contributing. Roman brought the clever nicknames to the table. I brought the oats and honey clusters to the table. Put them down. Okay, fine. Let's get him here. Anxiety? That's off. He's probably listening to that PG-13
episodes.
music again. Anxiety!
PG-13.
How dare he? What?
Now, try to be a little more loving. You catch more flies with honey than vinegar. Anxiety, come on up here, kiddo. Come on up here so everyone can see that cool makeup. Well, love has failed me.
That can be applied to many instances in my life. The first
Well,
being... Steady now, Thomas. Are we really going down that road? You usually don't like talking about that kind of stuff. You've got no shame.
Definitely not much of a filter.
Yes, and no fear.
You have no-
I have no anxiety. Is that what you guys are trying to say? Okay. Well, he also has no sense of tension.
I mean,
That's disappointing.
they
This
got
is
a
very
little tension
disconcerting.
built up.
I don't know. Shouldn't a lack of fear be a good thing?
Roman, I'm surprised at you.
What? Anxiety can be a gloomy goober sometimes, but he's still one of us.
Is he though? Check it out. Morality, logic, creativity. We three are the most important.
What are we
facets of
checking
Thomas's
out? Just
personality.
that they
Plus,
exist?
We all contribute a
I
little
don't
extra
get that
stuff too.
one.
We got along just fine without him in the first two Sanders.
Roman,
videos.
stop!
He may not have had a physical presence, but he was always
Mean.
there within Thomas to some extent, and he contributes
love
more than
him.
what you credit him. Plus, he too may represent more than just anxiety, even though that is a significant part of who he is. Even still, I just don't see why he's necessary. If anxiety's gone, what do we have to
I've seen a lot of
lose?
compilations of
Fear
just
death.
people
Wow.
being mean to
You're super
anxiety.
brave. That's good. There's a difference between bravery and acting without caution.
Oh, I
In
love
fact-
that scene.
Oh my sweet Cole Sprouse. What? That really hurt. Was that a laptop? That like
That like
hurt real bad. Whoa. Unalert and without his natural
I love
defensive
how he acts
reflexes.
in that.
Yes.
I don't know
It
how they
seems that
filmed that. Did
anxiety
they
has
actually
officially clocked
throw
out.
like a
Okay,
laptop at his head? I
well,
doubt
he
it.
can work on that.
Like,
Thomas,
how did
you
they
remember the
film it?
locker
Did
room
it actually
reveal
hit his
earlier
head?
today?
Did it?
I probably did. I'm not sure.
Was it like a
But
box?
probably.
Was it? I
Weaker
still
memory.
no.
That's not a symptom of a lack of anxiety. Not directly, but with the anxiety over leaving his car unlocked, Thomas always double checks to make sure, securing that memory in place.
I doubt anybody will go looking through his car. Oh my goodness! You just see the best in people.
But he can't always afford to.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Well, it sounds like I'm in trouble or something. No, it just sounds like these two are worrying too much. That's the thing. Is anyone among us worried?
It's because he isn't worried, and that doesn't seem right, Roman.
Princey's never liked anxiety. That's his problem. That's not true.
Yeah, it is.
Hey there, Princey.
Okay, I can't stand that guy.
I'm trying hard not to like you right now.
Still don't like you. Oh,
was that? Chim Chim Charu to offer his Moby Dopey input? I don't like it. Oh, now your memory works. That's convenient.
Wait, were there links up to all of those episodes in the corner? I never noticed that.
But you seem to remain resolute as ever in how you perceive him. Look, I am the dreamer, and the one
Yeah, I really do
big
like how, like,
thing
they
that
had the
gets in
whole
way of
rivalry
pursuing
more than anyone else.
New adventure is fear. Took my pants off.
No one
Hey,
can
now.
see. I don't care. Yup, we are getting your
Come on,
anxiety and shame
Patton.
back. I cannot
Hypocrite.
deal with any more of this
Always
ridiculousness.
taking your
You put
pants
them back.
off.
Oh, all right, fine. Well, if anxiety's not
Dad.
here, where is he?
Probably in his room.
His room?
Technically, it's the corner of your mind that you go to if you wanted to enhance your
I can't
anxiety
wait to
for some
see everyone
reason, or
else's
if you
room.
wanted to cathartically
We've
indulge in
seen
typically troubling
just
emotions.
Virgil's
Think
and
the Mind
Patton's.
Palace, but
Have we seen
specifically
anyone?
for
No,
anxiety.
we haven't
Where else
seen
do you think
anyone
it comes
else's
from?
room.
Where did we go? Where did he come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
So you all have one?
I hope we get to see all of their
I'd
rooms.
rather go to Patton's. Can we
It's
go
surprising that we haven't.
We need to go to
I
Anxiety's
really want to
room
see
check on anxiety.
Remus's
This is the
room.
priority. Do you remember what we
Okay,
just
whenever
were
I write
talking
about Deceit's room, it's like a
so we're all going to
terrarium, like
Anxiety's room?
candelabras
Tragic
and
Kingdom looks like.
stones.
Are you good to join us on this, Thomas? Because we need you to get us all there.
Yeah, it sounds fun or whatever. Okay. I thought I would like you without your never-ending assembly line of predicaments, but this
Romans.
is truly
Everyone
true
always
love.
talks about like
Just focus
Romans
on the
and
things that would
Remus is like
normally
the
make you
imagination, so it's like a
anxious.
whole
That is the
world of
corner
their
of your
room.
mind where we need to go. It may be difficult to go down that road.
Got it. Yeah, okay. There is no drama in this today.
Into the unknown. Here
I
we
mean, it's
go.
the most
Again
dramatic
on my
episode so
own.
far.
Going down to Anxiety's
They
room.
pretend it's
Oh, I
not.
guess I'm doing this too. This is new. Whoa. I knew I should have taken that left turn at Albuquerque. No, this is where we needed to go.
I know. It was just a joke.
Wait, are you serious? A cliffhanger for a YouTube video? Highly unusual and frustrating.
Oh, I'm sure.
First
it
ever
won't be that
cliffhanger.
bad. How
I
long do we have
again
to
wasn't
wait?
in the fandom for
According to
this, so I
Thomas's
didn't have to
schedule,
wait.
Just a couple of days.
Yay! And knowing Thomas, he'll get this video out when he says he
Jesus,
will.
a
Right
couple
on time.
days.
Right.
I wish. Not like, you know, I don't appreciate the fact that they're higher production and longer now, but we can handle it.
Previously on Sanders Sides.
I didn't cut together any footage for this. It's fine. I'll just perform the review myself. So, Thomas started the video and was acting like an aloof moron with no filter. And Logic was like, "What's up?" Then Morality and I showed up and we were like, "What's up?" Then we realized anxiety wasn't here, and Thomas didn't have any anxiety
He's
at
so
all. And I was
good
like, "That's
at
not a bad thing
that.
because I'm
Wow.
a dreamer." But the other
I
two were
love
like,
you.
"We need him" or whatever. So we were like, "Where is he?" Then we deduced that he was probably in the corner of Thomas's mind where anxiety resides, where anxiety's room. So we all journeyed there together to find him. Does that make sense? Yeah. Or you know, you could just click here and watch the previous video. And that's what you missed on.
Get more clay. I don't know what that reference is to.
Whoa.
Apparently it's a reference.
I knew I should have taken that left turn at Albuquerque. You made that joke in the last video. I know. It was just to reestablish where we are in the present timeline.
I really love the clock. Apparently it took like the most work
So
out of
this
everything.
is anxiety's room.
And then people also use that cat on the couch to like say why his dark side animal is a cat. But no, there's spider curtains, spider webs everywhere. He was petting a spider in the one
His
thing.
room sure looks a lot like my living room.
People just
what is
like
this, the upside down world or
cat-related
something?
characters
No, the room just
and don't
varies
like
based on whatever
spiders.
your present location
Spiders
is.
deserve
One
love
of the
too.
darker corners of my mind, the source of all my worries and fears and
Nightmare
I wonder where
Before
they
Christmas.
got all this stuff.
Oh, yeah, it does
If
not
they already
get
had
that
it.
dark.
Oh, I love that.
Or if like they brought it from like friends'
No need to worry,
houses
Patton.
or
That is just the pattern on the curtains.
I am terribly afraid of spiders. I would like to trade places with someone.
This room
I
is
really like all
literally
like the
covered in
eggs that
spider
comes
webs,
out
and yet
of
the
like in like
curtains
fanfics
on
and
the
stuff,
yellow. I
and
literally
stuff
don't
of
see any
like
spiders in those Logan. These
Virgil
curtains are literally
taking
covered
like a
in them.
spider
Those are just
form and
silly
then
cartoons. They're not
Patton
even realistic. But
being
if need be,
like
I will destroy them
afraid
for
of
you,
him with like
Patton.
the
Thanks, but let's call
arachnophobia.
them what they are, Roman. Spider
Another
creepy
cool-
crawly death dealers. Okay. All right, but like,
Uh,
if this is his room,
But like that's another reason why he's a
anxiety. What are you
spider
doing in my
because
room?
the irony
Make
of
one of them move. Anxiety?
Patton being
oh my goodness,
afraid
I'm
of
so
him.
happy to see you. That's weird.
You literally all just screamed in unison upon seeing me.
Sorry, it's just you do this thing where you just kind of appear.
Wait, what
the
am
whole
I wearing?
dark sides
What
appearing
is
and
my
light sides
hair?
rising
Welcome
up
back,
has
Thomas.
led to so much
Thanks, Roman.
like good
Look,
theorizing.
anxiety,
I really
you
love
don't
that
understand.
point.
For some reason, I wasn't feeling your presence at all.
Can lying be
I
good?
know. It's because
Where
I
he just
decided
appears
to
and
duck
you
out.
could,
Quack.
if you
Wait, duck
noticed
out?
that,
Quack,
you could
quack.
kind of
That's a
tell
thing
when
you can do
something's
for
not
this
right.
video, I guess. What do you mean?
I removed myself from the equation. I quit. Decided it wasn't worth it anymore.
Why would you do that?
Well, it didn't seem like I was
Boobs look
wanted. You all
Make
made
them
that pretty
body
clear
for
anytime
a
I showed
dog.
up.
What?
Except you, Patton. Funny guy.
I love my dark strange son. Well, surely you knew that we were just preparing ourselves for the worst
Okay, maybe I could rephrase that. We were just tensing up because we knew that something bad would, yeah, look, it's just, you're never really fun. And
Roman, shut up.
look, I am the creative side, not the
Wait,
fluffy,
are we gonna pump
cutesy,
the
kind
brakes,
wordsy
Princey?
side.
Nice.
So, one would think that the creative side would be able to come up with a nicer way to talk to others.
You'd think the smart side would know when to mind his own business.
Okay, it's real sweet that you all decided to come for a visit, but if I wanted to stand around being insulted, I would have shown up in person like I usually do.
Oh, you poor little anxious baby.
Let's
The
just
entire
face
fandom,
facts.
all at
You're
once.
better off without me.
No. That is where you're wrong. Very much so. I don't think any of us comprehended how much you factor into Thomas's decision making.
Yeah.
I mean, without you, he was acting like like a big bumbling couch potato man.
There's probably a nicer way to say that, but
Just an unfiltered, just gonna come out and say it, a cotton-headed indie muggins.
I've never watched the entirety of
That's
Elf. I've watched the
enough out of
first
you.
part of Elf
Logic. See,
a
he's
lot of
reining me in
times,
right
but
now
never the whole
because of you.
thing.
You do talk too much sometimes.
I never thought I'd appreciate you saying that.
we've already learned that Thomas listening to me too much can be a problem. Same with Roman, probably even Logan.
Easy.
Now, while I still have your attention, do you think maybe we could switch places?
All right, I can't say it isn't nice to hear you all groveling, but I actually think you were right.
No,
to
you're not
walk me
right.
around. I've always aimed to protect you, but lately, it feels like I've been keeping
Better
you from
love
doing
yourself,
anything.
Ro.
If your only goal
Come
is to
for
protect,
them.
then why
Fight
do you
you.
act like the embodiment of a dark and stormy night all the time?
Roman.
What? He's a creepy
Patton
cookie.
is just
You're
the
a
entire
creepy
villain
cookie
throughout
anxiety.
this entire
You're like
episode.
an oatmeal raisin cookie that's primarily composed of raisins. A raisin oatmeal cookie. No one wants that.
Pump the brakes, Princey.
I'm sorry. You pumped those brakes. I'm sorry. I'm feeling a little, extra passionate here.
When did you apply eyeshadow?
I didn't. But does it look okay? Because a prince
A
has got
Princess
to
Got
slay.
to
Of course
Slay.
it looks
That's a
good.
good
Why would you
one.
think it wouldn't? Do you have self-esteem issues? Am I asking too many questions?
Putting on a dark persona
Bitter.
is the best way to get
Did he
anyone's
already
guard
say it?
up.
Bitterly
But all
jittery
this
and not
reflecting
very
and
glittery?
working on your issues with
That's
us
a
has
good one,
gotten me
too.
to think that I overdo it.
You could
never
never overdo
overdo
it.
it.
Well, you are perfect and special, just the way you are. I don't
I
care how
love
dark your
anxiety,
clothes are. You shine
Patton.
bright like a diamond.
Probably the best out
I
of all.
just got
all
a
of them.
lot of feelings.
Logan's great too.
Eyeshadow buddies. We are buddies.
Look, anxiety, you're a natural fight or flight reflex.
Dropping
That's what you're
things.
instilled in humans to act as. And for some people, yes, you're a little heightened. But what's a little
Sorry
extra
if I'm not
height,
as
right? I mean, it just means
reacty
you're tall
this
enough to ride
time.
every ride at Disney World.
Again,
Unless you're too
I
tall
didn't
and you
get
can't
any
get internet, it's a small
sleep.
world.
I just
Wow,
woke up.
Sorry for that little tangent. I am reeling right now. The point is, too much of anything can be counterproductive.
Well, yeah, but for me,
Hold on. Yes,
Okay,
I'm
so
about to
that
provide
works
more
for all
exposition,
of the
Thomas.
dark
Just bear
sides,
with
and
me.
I'm
The
surprised
relationship
they
between
haven't brought up
anxiety and
Yerkes
performance
Dotson
can
when
be
it comes to
expressed on
deceit.
this curve, known as the
Or
Yerkes-Dotson curve.
Remus.
It's named after the
I
psychologists
wonder
R.M. Yerkes
what,
and J.D. Dotson.
because like
Get on with it,
a
calculator.
little bit of
Yeah,
deceit,
loud
or like a
noises.
certain
Okay,
way of
up here is
deceit,
where you want
a
to be.
little bit
The
of
optimum
like
degree of constructive tension.
adult
Yes, too
humor,
much anxiety
and then too
pushes us
much.
to this side of the curve,
you know?
and performance is hindered, which is less than ideal. But without you at all, Thomas is not just on this more relaxed, laid-back side of the graph, which is also not ideal when you're trying to get things done. He's all the way down here.
By the horn of a unicorn that was going somewhere. I normally would have fallen asleep, but I am not feeling like my fabulous
Oh,
self
here it
right
is.
now. I am
I am bitterly jittery and not very glittery.
but with me, aren't you just
I love the
always
little
on the
motion
other
that goes
side
with
of
it
that
too.
curve thing?
Yerkes Dotson curve.
Yeah, that.
There's ways that I
Out
can
of all
work
of them,
on
I
that
think
anxiety,
why
but
Roman
I'd
is my
rather
least
work on
favorite.
it
I
with
love him
you
still. I
without
love all
you
of
at
them.
all.
But the
How?
reason,
I just need
because
to
I
make
just
you feel
don't
listened to.
relate to him
You're like,
out of
a
all of
really
them, he's the one I relate to the
important
most. Like I
Sure, the
don't
noise can be
get,
subtle
I don't,
and a
I'm not
little
like,
unpleasant
I
sometimes,
don't get
but it's important for
references.
me
I don't get
to
the whole
recognize the
thing.
concern, register it, and carry on changing my actions if necessary. You're what made Thomas double and triple check things he needed to study before taking tests. And
Also, that feeling of tingliness after achieving something he didn't think was possible.
E equals
The whole
MC
flamboyant.
scared. Sorry, was that too loud? I was worried I wouldn't get
Equals
another chance
MC
to speak, and
scared,
I
oh
wanted
my
to share
God.
my thoughts before I forgot it. Anxiety. In small doses, you're what pressures
Mood.
me to get out of bed, to get moving and doing stuff. I'm lucky to have you the way that I do. Some people have anxiety that's heightened to the point where it becomes an incredibly difficult and hindering condition, whether it's a symptom of a different issue, or an anxiety disorder, or the unfortunate result of something someone may be going through. And I don't want to downplay any of that. But I think maybe I could benefit from trying to understand you better.
I mean, it's cool to see you all trying to be helpful. Well, most of you, but
Anxiety, you're what pushes Thomas to rehearse and rehearse.
This is the most
before
wholesome
performances.
part.
You're that nervousness.
That
he
music
feels
in the
right before
background.
going on stage, but
Gosh.
just as he does so, you ease up, and you let his excitement and passion for performance take over. I think that's as good a sign as any that
you're willing to work as a team,
Anxiety fuel.
and that you make us better.
Was that good? Did I do good?
I'm gonna cry. I just don't want to lose
Yeah,
any
I'm
of
gonna
you,
do good.
Dotson.
What the heck is going on?
These guys have all been in this corner of your mind for too long.
I
It's
really
corrupting
love
them.
the,
All main functions are starting to
the
work to drive
echoey
you far
reverb
over to the
voice.
other end of that
Okay,
curve.
so
What?
it's funny
Hang
because
on.
like
We're
all
gonna
I think
move
all
on.
of the sides kind of
Thomas,
have a way that
remember
they can
what you
alter their
want.
voice to get everyone to listen to
Breathe
them.
in
Like Deceit
for
has
4
the
seconds.
or Remus has the like the
Hold
echoey.
your
His voice
breath
gets
for
like
7
echoey and
seconds.
reverby and like
Now breathe out for 8
loud and
seconds.
screamy. And then
Keep it up,
Virgil has
Thomas.
like the
That's
this
good.
kind of
Keep
thing, the like demon voice, and then Deceit just kind of
That
screams
was a really risky
all the
thing you
time.
guys did.
The whole Willy
pretty sure that
Wonka.
if you were
You
with us
get
from the start, you'd have
nothing.
kept us
You
from doing that in
lose.
the
Good
first
day,
Being
sir.
anxious about the idea of growing more anxious. Yeah, that sounds like me.
You rescued me.
Yeah, well,
Everyone else.
fight or
It's
flight.
not all
am I
about
right?
you,
Incredibly
Froman.
right. Just like you keep Thomas away from potentially dangerous situations, you also enable him to escape from the ones he manages to get himself into.
I am incredibly proud of you, Anxiety.
What?
Whatever. But I'm more proud of myself for enjoying
Gosh,
the Great Spider
Dad,
Trek
get
of
in my room.
2017.
They were just curtains, Patton.
You all went
He
through
really
that
likes
thing.
dating these
Don't
videos,
sweat
doesn't
it,
he?
Fred. Pitiful.
I mean, I
There's no big
guess.
deal. It was worth it to regain my
The date
good
is at
old
the
worry
bottom of
wart.
this
That's right, and just like you saved
video,
us,
but-
it's the vigilant people that work the hardest to save the world. Sometimes it's better for a society to be anxious than complacent.
Another thing, I lower all expectations for social gatherings. So if you do actually go out, anything remotely good will be pleasantly surprising.
Oh my
There
gosh,
you
yes.
go.
Don't.
Not so bad.
Party on, my dudes.
Well, glad to have you back, Anxiety, and I promise to make sure you feel listened to and strive
it's gonna
for
be his
a
name.
better balance from here on out. And to all of you out there...
Wait. Oh boy, I'm actually considering it.
What? What?
You've kind of made me want to open up to you, but big surprise, I'm really anxious about it.
Anxious.
Like
your name.
Yep. That was, that... You're great, Patton. But, actually, on the subject of my name...
Shut up. Oh, that's okay. No pressure. If you don't want to...
Logan. Shut your ever-flapping gob talker.
No pranks or misleading?
Not this time. Oh, man, why did we have to have a heartfelt moment?
It's totally fine. This is a very accepting environment, but I have to tell you that I've been theorizing on it for a very long time.
Again,
It's not
Patton is just the
exactly name that
fandom
I
this
think it
entire
is.
time.
I will lose it.
Okay. Promise you won't laugh, though.
Of course not.
My name... My name is Virgil!
Virgil.
Okay, it's like a band-aid. You just gotta rip it off.
A band-aid.
Virgil?
Again, I will
but that
reference
doesn't
the
end with an A or
bloopers
an
the entire
O-N.
time because whenever I
Shouldn't it be
hear a
something like
line
a
that the bloopers
virgin?
come from, I think of the
Why is
bloopers.
that so funny? Because, it's not. I think it is an awesome name. It's not what I anticipated, but I do like it.
It's different, but I like that it's different.
It was unexpected, but it took a lot to trust us with that information. Virgil.
You can call me Verge.
Well, this has been a day learning to embrace all of who I am, learning new things about myself. Thank you for opening up to us, Anxiety. Virgil, Verge for short.
Whatever. I'm at least glad I
Learning new
can
things about
offer some
ourselves.
help. Even if sometimes I can be hard to deal with.
In Thomas's case, you are indeed manageable. Yeah, and you are nothing compared to the others. Others? What do you mean others? What others? Well, this is foreboding.
Ah, it's nothing. So long.
My
Farewell.
Avita, say
babies.
goodnight.
What was that all about?
Look, I know I'm the one that's causing you to be suspicious, but honestly, table that question for another day.
Gotcha. And Virgil,
You know, it's really weird hearing you say that.
honestly, thank you for all of the good stuff that you do provide. You can be a good guy. I hope this helps shed light on some of the possible upsides of anxiety. Again, there are plenty of people out there dealing with conditions where anxiety isn't as easily manageable. And too much can, of course, be a hindrance. But for many of you, by taking time to accept it as a natural part of you, by making it feel heard and not letting it dominate you, hopefully, managing your anxiety will get a little easier each day. Until next time, take it easy, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Peace out. This video went over possible upsides to anxiety, but many of us struggle with anxiety in different ways. If you're struggling with anxiety or something else, just know that you're not alone and there are resources available to help you. Here are a few numbers you can call should you need help and not know who to turn to. Stay safe. I love you guys. Thought I saw this
Oh,
in
they had,
here
like,
earlier.
Spanish
Is this
speakers,
my
the
Alice in Wonderland puzzle book?
Hard of hearing, that's cool.
Yeah.
I respected your privacy for this long. Please try to respect mine.
Okay.
Virgil's a klepto.
Greetings, friendo.
Yes?
I couldn't help but notice that you had some very nifty posters back here.
You probably already own like 101 Disney posters.
Yeah, I do. But me and these posters are simply meant to be.
You can't have my sick, nasty Tim Burton posters.
Fine.
I finally watched
What?
Nightmare
Kiddo,
Before
not trying to
Christmas
bother
this
you,
last
just need you to do
Halloween.
Something for the room.
I had never watched it before,
Hope to see you
but I
soon.
watched it in like parts on YouTube because I couldn't figure out what to watch it for. So cute. Talon drew
really
that.
was good at art.
Be nice, Virgil. So funny. Like, you would, if you saw my sculpts, you would believe that I'm a dude because I can sculpt everything but boobs, even though, you know, I have them. I don't know how it works.
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna turn around.
Petrificus totalis.
Jump.
What is up, everybody? Goodness, can you believe
What's
how
this
far
one?
through this year we've already
Hogwarts.
gotten? Summer is basically
Yeah, okay, this is
over.
the one
School's
where
starting
Virgil
back
gets
up here
his,
in America, and
jacket,
Halloween is
but
just around the corner.
Here's the thing, is like,
Halloween.
I like
Here's
this
another
episode,
reason for
so
your
this
new
episode
album.
is, I've
Plot
never
pigmented
read or
highlights.
watched
Look,
all
look
of,
at you with the purple hair. It is very becoming. Becoming a nuisance? Is that what you were trying to say? How is anyone
Harry
supposed
Potter,
to take me seriously
but
when your head looks like Barney's unshaven armpit?
I like
Yeah,
that,
I like
Rose.
it, and it's not for Halloween.
I've never
by the way.
watched
Just
or
to
read
make
all
me
of,
look foolish, huh, Thomas? Well, congratulations
Harry
on
Potter,
graduating
but
from full-time
the
club.
way he does this,
Congratulations on
you
the cool
can, you don't have to have
colorful
watched
crown.
it
Yeah,
for
my
you to
sincere
understand, and I
congratulatory
think that's
remark
cool that he
recolors
did
my
that.
dark
Same
side
with like the
makes that
cartoon
Peter
therapy
sincere. Let it be known
videos.
I do not like
Like,
the hair,
I
you
watched the
know? For some
Avatar
reason,
Last
not
Airbender
surprised that you
cartoon
like
therapy
it.
video, and I
Whatever
still
makes
got
you
it even
happy.
though I had
I
never,
see
because
a
he like
little Perry
gave too
twinkle
much.
in your iris. Two different
He gave a
shades
lot of
purple.
like
It is a
background
brilliant,
for people who hadn't
iridescent
watched it,
display.
so it still
Though I still
works.
say you could have gone with even more colors. Full rainbow next time.
Awful idea.
Oh, I'm already full rainbow all the time. What? You did not. Anyway, where's Virgil? I want to see what good old Panic at the Everywhere has to say about this.
I like that
Yes. Yeah.
nickname.
He does have something to say. Virgil won't come out and see what people think.
You can see him start to laugh. And that,
Hey, dude. That's. I don't know why I said that. What do you have to say?
Look, you know me by now.
trying
You
to
know I'm gonna have some
be
concerns.
friends
That's
with
okay. What's
Virgil.
up?
It's just you don't
And
know
not
what
doing
people
it.
are thinking or saying about it.
Yeah, I will always have that little bit of nervousness about what people think of my appearance, colored hair or not, but honestly, I'm happy with the change-up. If you're looking for a reason, Logan, it makes Thomas
I've
happy.
never been anxious
And
about
isn't
coloring my
good
hair. That's why I
mental
do
health
it
an
so
important
much.
Reason?
Makes me feel like I'm brave when
it
I
certainly helped me
doesn't
think
really
of a few new
matter.
possibilities for the great selfie games.
And I guess there is sort of a dark edginess to it, like one of those Crayola crayon Halloween packs.
That is your standard for dark edginess?
I don't know. I'm just trying not to bring the group down here.
You only help to lift me up, you sweet and sour, misunderstood shadowling.
What? Just nod and agree. He has a lot of love to give. Well, all I'm saying is, Thomas, in your past, it's been far easier to just blend in. When you make yourself stand out like this, yeah, it
I'm gonna
can be
look
good.
up references
but a
of,
lot
you know,
times,
boobs.
it can be not so good.
He's trying not to be harsh so as not to be too
I
distressing.
will not
but he
show
is
the
source of
camera
your
or I will
anxiety.
get
This is
banned
odd.
from YouTube
He is
forever and I will
odd.
get
But
murdered.
he does have a point. Might one's effort to find happiness in unique self-expression lead to the unhappy result of being the odd one out? I mean, yeah, I see the concern, but I don't think that should keep us from taking that risk. If it's not hurting me or others, sometimes being the odd one out can be fun.
Speak for yourself. Being the odd one out was my whole
The odd
presence
one's
here,
out.
and it was not fun.
Aha! That
animator.
is the crux of this issue. Virgil is a
Jokes.
little too familiar with rejection and has had his fill.
What? No.
He doesn't realize that sometimes standing out can feel outstanding. And I would know. Oh, well, shoot, maybe we need to make you feel included as a valued part of me so that you don't feel wrong for being different. Roman, that was astute. I know! And you used the word iridescence earlier. You were on a clever streak today, which is unusual for you. I know! Wait, what? Gosh! I literally almost took your whole face out.
Patton, you now have our attention.
That's what your hair reminds me of. Nymphadora Tonks, the metamorphogus from Harry Potter.
Okay, both of you, with your big words today. Stealing my thing, no big deal.
Harry Potter! Did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire?
Right? Or is that what you were quoting from, like Dumbledore from the fourth
Using
movie?
a reference
Like,
which
what
is
was
a
that? It was
bald
such a weird
reference
line translation
modded
from the book
sim.
to the movie. No?
It was more of a Harry Potter themed idea I had just now, but that was great.
Oh, I know.
Virgil, Harry Potter was this amazing book series that combined
Why is he
magic and
explaining
fantasy
Harry
and
Potter to
giant
Virgil?
trolls and like troll bogies. Yeah, I know what Harry Potter is.
But it also gave us
Virgil
this
loves-
really
would love
cool
Harry
system that helps us figure out where we fit in.
Oh, I can sort of see where you're going with this, Thomas.
Hats off to you, Patton. Aragog, a ginormous spider in the Harry Potter universe.
Wait,
he's
what?
bold,
No.
he's terrifying, and no matter where we all fit in, we are always right.
That was not where I was going with that, Patton, but point well made.
He must be stopped.
Hogwarts houses. In the books, the students get sorted into 4 different Hogwarts houses based off of the qualities that they exhibit.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Okay, so you're saying this magical, some might say nonsensical talking headwear sorting system could be of use to us?
Well, although being simply a device in the books, people reading them also began to be curious as to where they may be sorted if they went to Hogwarts, and a lot of Harry Potter house quizzes
No,
appeared online.
Logan loves
It sort of helped
Hogwarts. He's a
promote this
nerd,
idea that
or
we may be different,
Harry
but
Potter.
we're all valued and important.
I mean, it's also magic,
and part
though, so I'm
of
not
the
sure.
same school. School. But the school's not real.
It's a
Yeah,
metaphor.
he doesn't get it,
Erlenmeyer
though.
trash. Oh, school him. Don't be mean, though.
Fantasy worlds are my jam, Broham.
Listen, I'm just doing my best over
I
here.
love how, like,
You guys,
sometimes,
what's the
rather
plan
than, like,
here? We're gonna sort
princely
you.
and, like,
Sort me?
flamboyant,
Well, sure, I
Roman is,
myself
like,
am a Hufflepuff, but
just
you all
bro,
are different facets of my
but
personality
softly and with
different
love.
strengths and weaknesses. It may take some discussion, but I am sure that we can thoughtfully deduce where each of you...
Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, Slytherin. There we go. End of Sanderside's video. Until next time, everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Thank God.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Why am I a Slytherin? What are the qualifications?
Well, you're the dark and sinister one.
Pump the brakes, Princey. That is not what qualifies as Slytherin.
Well, all the other houses are definitely taken by us, so it's the only one he could possibly fit into. And that is a great example of what we are not going to do with Virgil. Okay, look, fantasy is not my jam. My jam of choice is Crofters, and this video isn't even sponsored.
Crofters!
I'm just a fan.
Name drop.
Crofters, the only jelly I will put in my belly.
First ever Crofters appearance.
Was that? Yeah, I mean, I love me a good spoonful of
I wish I could have
Crofters, but
gotten
was a
that
little out of left
Loganberry
field for me.
Crofters. But
What is happening?
I don't know.
Fruit spreads aside, I've done some
I
thinking
wasn't
on this fantasy
in the
organization
fandom by
process, this
then.
Dobby decimal system. Nice, thanks. Whether or not the results of these quizzes that determine which Hogwarts house one belongs to are authentic, they can reinforce one's sense of self. So, if this is necessary to help Virgil feel better about himself, then I support it. With that said, let's break down these houses, shall we?
Sure. You have Gryffindor?
The brave ones!
Well, yeah, but that's an oversimplification. They're also determined and chivalrous.
And this is the one Roman thinks he's in.
You doy. Then there's Ravenclaw, typically known as the wise and clever ones. Oh, that is me, isn't it?
The ones who think they're smarter than everyone else?
Well, I don't think I'm smarter than everyone else.
I know
I'm smarter than everyone else. Then there's Hufflepuff, the loyal and friendly ones.
Oh, is that what you think of me, Roman? I mean, yeah, you're the softest little puffball we got, Padre. You don't have to be mean to me.
Thank you, Roman! See? And then there is Slytherin, who, yes, get a rep in the books for being the bad guys, but they're mainly known for being ambitious, cunning, strong leaders.
But that's not me.
Yeah, no.
What the heckity heck? 5 abs and 1 peck. What a visual. What was that?
Just a little something I like to say when I'm confused, so that I'm not alone. in my
Yeah,
confusion.
Roman
See,
realizes that he's wrong
Virgil
right
is
when
not a
they
Slytherin.
start
Wow,
describing
darn, it was so
Slytherin
close
in
to being
terms of
perfect.
positive
Sorry to ruin
things.
that for you. You didn't ruin anything.
If you keep talking bad about yourself, I'm going to physically fight you.
No, that is the opposite of helpful, Patton. Nobody talks about my child like that.
Okay. Oh, okay, buddy.
They are right, though, anxiety. I mean, this is why I think it's a good exercise. Maybe this will help me to look at my aspects from different angles. Maybe it's not so simple.
Why is it never simple?
Yes, for instance, you, Roman, sound more like a Slytherin.
What?
I do not.
Oh, so you don't think you're a strong leader? You don't think you're cunning?
I'm not evil.
Says who?
Slytherins are not all evil, okay? Let's just get rid of that idea right now. But Voldemort. Oh,
Well, okay, Patton seems more like a Ravenclaw to me.
ooh, it's blue.
That doesn't follow at all.
Indubiously.
Well, he's always the one coming up with those witty puns.
You call those witty?
Oh, you call those glasses?
I mean, yes. I'm not sure if you're implying something.
Well, I don't think they'll pick up. They don't have a cell phone. Zing!
Okay, I'm gonna walk that off for a second. There it is. Good. See, this is what I mean by rethinking quality.
Logan seems more like a Gryffindor. You see, Patton makes statements like that, and you think he is a Ravenclaw.
Why is that now, Patton?
Because he's my hero.
We get it. You're adorable. Yeah, Patton may have
And
a
there's
point. I mean, Hermione was a Gryffindor, and she was
the
the smartest
small
of them
bit
all.
of evidence
Gryffindors
for-
are also known to have short tempers,
what is their
which I
ship
think could
name?
apply to both of you.
Shut up, Todd!
I did not
Logicality.
Gryffindors are self-righteous and arrogant. Oh, okay, Patton. I
That's
wasn't totally convinced
when they
before, but
cite
maybe
their
Logan
sources,
is
they
a
go straight
Gryffindor.
back
Do
to
you
that.
see that? Right.
Also, they are impulsive and have no regard for the rules. Does that sound like me? And also, that would what? Leave anxiety as Hufflepuff?
You don't all have to be in different houses.
Oh, but wouldn't that be nifty?
How would I be a Hufflepuff?
You are hardworking, working hard to make Thomas paranoid, vigilant.
Paranovigilant.
Did you like that? I just made that word up just
That's
now. And
one of the
basically-
pieces of evidence of why Virgil used to be paranoia, because they're scared of saying paranoid
What's that? I talk bad
in
about
regards to
myself.
I will
Virgil. And of course, they can
physically
always
fight
be
you.
just
Hufflepuffs
like
are also known to be
because
honest,
that's
and
like
you
a
certainly keep
makes him
things
seem like a
100.
bad guy, but
Yep, honest,
I
patient,
just
and
the
impartial.
it's more the next piece of evidence
Yep,
that
they
make
tend
it
to not
seem
take
like
sides unless given good reason to.
One thing that I am not in this group is impartial.
It was an
I am
actual,
always
like,
bringing up the constant anything you guys
past
talk
thing.
about.
Oh, I mean, I don't think that's exactly what Patton meant.
I don't know. Plus, I'm hardly patient.
No biggie, if that's not what you feel you are. We can keep this magical mishmash going. Prince can be Hufflepuff. Okay, but this sorting has to make some sense. Cedric Diggory was a Hufflepuff, and he was a Triwizard champion before he died.
So was Harry, and he was a Gryffindor.
And Hufflepuffs are said to make the best companions.
In a romantic sense, why not?
They're also particularly good finders.
And you are very good at finding new ways to insult me.
this part's
hey,
Not
cute.
this
You
time
can see that
around.
Rowan is
Relax, I know it's the effort you're
trying.
good.
Okay, well, Logan.
That's so cute. I love
You
that
could
line
be the
so much.
Slytherin of the group.
Ooh, I can actually understand that. Cunning, resourceful, a strong leader.
A disregard for the rules.
Wait, what? No, that's Gryffindor.
It is Gryffindor, but it's also Slytherin. Dumbledore did say that that was a quality Salazar Slytherin valued. A certain disregard for the rules.
J.K.
That
Rowling
was a
just didn't
Gryffindor
care.
talking about a Slytherin. I spy an obvious bias. Okay, but it was Severus Snape who said that Gryffindors have no regards for the rules. So, hey, maybe they both do, maybe just one does, maybe they both don't. We could do this all day, so let's just move on.
Patton could be Gryffindor.
Oh, I look like a pirate. Explain, please.
I don't know. He's Thomas's heart. He just seems like the most impulsive and reckless at times. I mean, we're constantly working to rein him in.
Good point. See that? That's a really good point to you. Also, valid argument, Virgil. All right, so you must be a Ravenclaw.
Puns.
I mean, maybe.
If anyone else here was going to be Ravenclaw, I would think it would be you.
You are definitely a bit eccentric.
You're the common sense we need.
You cause me to think through all possible outcomes to any given situation.
You've always been a savvy civil, Trelawney.
I suppose, but I don't know. I'm just the one who points out the problems. Ravenclaws are the ones who are innovative enough to actually solve the problems.
What are you talking about? You've done that before.
By accident, or by drawing upon information that you already knew.
So, you're saying that one's also an uncomfortable fit?
I don't think it fully sums me up.
Perhaps you're right. We found certain traits that we can relate
Yeah,
to.
apparently I'm a
Maybe it's best
Ravenclaw.
we stick with where we
I
feel
don't
most
feel
comfortable.
like that.
Well, if we went solely by that,
I don't know what I would be. I'd probably be a
This feels
Gryffindor if
about
I were
right for me.
to label myself.
no surprise here, you guys.
Verge?
But like all the tests I take, it always says
I'm not
Ravenclaw.
sure.
Well, they don't all have to be different. Does Gryffindor feel best for you?
One thing I feel like I'm not is reckless.
Fair point.
I'm not impartial, and frankly, not very friendly.
Fine.
I'm a problem identifier, but not a problem solver. And then there is what everyone expects me to be. But I don't feel like an ambitious, cunning leader. I feel more like a play it safe, evasive warrior. So what does this mean? I went into this hoping to make better sense of it all, but Now I'm even more confused than ever. So you don't quite fit into any of the houses perfectly. Big deal. You know who could have been in Slytherin or Gryffindor? Harry frickin' Potter. Hermione was going to be in Ravenclaw, but exemplified Gryffindor traits more. Neville wanted to be in Hufflepuff because he didn't see the Gryffindor traits in himself at all.
You guys are making me feel really good about my house. Thank you.
Point is, there are examples of people who toe the line between multiple categories, and they fit however they want to fit. But I don't fit, that's the thing.
Says who?
You could be a Ravenclaw with Hufflepuff tendencies, a Slytherin with Gryffindor tendencies. No, wait, no, not that one.
You can be Raphael and Donatello.
Well, that's mixing metaphors. Let's not confuse the
A
issue.
waterbender and an earthbender.
Only if you were the Avatar. I thought we were talking about Harry Potter.
You're a Greyjoy. And you're Stark.
Thomas, you don't even watch Game of Thrones. How do you?
You should though. It's so good.
Yeah, I've heard.
How does
I
he
think
know
that,
if
guys,
Thomas
it's just-
hasn't watched
I
it?
wish that I was a little bit more simple to understand. Oh, who wants
Who
that?
wants to be
No one
simple?
is or should be that simple. I mean, just the fact that my Hufflepuff self is comprised of so many different aspects and passions is amazing. Figuring yourself out should be an adventure. And in the meantime, don't be afraid to stand out a little. Embrace your differences. Heck, I dyed my hair this saucy shade of sangria for a change, and I like feeling a bit unique. Hopefully you can too. Well,
Add. I actually saucy shade of sangria. That's for some reason I don't know why I quote that. I've heard. I think I've quoted that before, but I realize like why do I say that so much? I clearly can't see things that are sangria very often. I don't know how I quote that. How I manage that.
then I'm not picking a house. I don't need to belong to a
Lame.
specific Hogwarts house
He belongs to the
in order to
purple
belong
house.
with you guys.
Oh, I'm proud of you. 10 points to Virgil.
That was an option. I didn't have to participate in this at all.
Say,
You
Thomas,
loved
your
it.
hair and these emblems are giving me an idea. Roman, make it work. Don't take my money.
I say we go for a bit of a change too. Oh, how? If you say Mind Palace again, we haven't even been back to the one that you created in a long. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, new emblem.
Finally, those
Aw, Prince 2.
awful
Oh
little
my goodness. Your shoulders
shoulder
were so boring to look
things.
Out for. Yeah, it's just a bit of a change, but I thought it would be nice.
Well, I suppose
Oh,
I could
that
also
look.
participate,
Did
but
you
I'm
see
not
the
gonna go as
Virgil
ornate
look?
or elaborate.
Wait,
That would
I'm
just
gonna
look silly.
rewind. There's some more Pringxiety fuel. I don't have a favorite ship, but Pringxiety is a good one. Wait, look at Virgil's face. No words, just awe. And the once over. Oh.
Wait, but I'm not going to go as ornate or elaborate. I would just look silly. I set the bar too high for you. That's okay. There. Nice simple logo change, clear and to the point.
Hey, Logan! Matching logos.
That's very nice, Patton.
Mine is a heart with glasses.
Stealing my logo, no big deal.
What's going on with your cardigan?
Is that your cat onesie?
Maybe.
That will not suffice.
You never let me do anything fun. Figure it out, buddy. Maybe something different for next time. Virgil, your turn.
Do I have to? I mean, like so many changes. I just told you my name.
No, you don't have to. I just thought.
I actually had this idea, but like.
Show us, Virgil, go! You got
If you
this!
don't like it, you can always change back. Well, all right, but before I do, I should probably confess that I actually
really dig the purple.
That design. Get on his.
That's the
level.
best reference to see his hoodie for if you're like making one is when he's like holding it up
Overexcited.
like
Well, I
that.
will say this much: that is a jacket. That is magnificent. How you've managed to become even angstier. Oh.
No. If that's what you want to rock, then you rock it,
Rock
sir.
it.
Who needs a Hogwarts house when you have your own Hog
Wild style.
I don't even know what I'm saying
He's
anymore.
trying
Yeah, it is,
so hard.
pretty
It's so
hog-wild.
cute.
Wonderful. I hope that you feel a little bit more like a part of this group, Virgil. I do. I'd say we can call it a day if we're done swapping looks.
and talking books.
I prefer reading on a nook.
That response has me shook. Would you look at the time on the clock?
Patton, the video is about doing your own things.
Oh,
Don't do what they're
Patton.
doing. Honestly. Anyway, great new style, Virgil. Thanks. Now I feel as big of a weirdo as the rest of these guys.
That's good. You fit right in.
Ah, saw what you did there. Nice little bring it around full circle. That was cute.
Yeah, I couldn't help myself.
If any of you feel like you don't fit in, that is okay. It's also okay if whatever Hogwarts house you identify with doesn't perfectly embody you as an individual. There are many ways to look at ourselves, and figuring ourselves out can be an ongoing thing for many of us. Try to embrace the mystery that you are, all the things that help you relate to others, and all the things that make you stand out. Until next time, take it easy, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Peace out. Before we head to the end card,
Still
just letting you
confused
know
why
if any of those
Hermione
little logos
is
at the
in
end of the video
Gryffindor.
interested you, we now have them in shirt form, also in hoodie form, tank top, pins.
This
buttons.
totally
If any of
makes
these
it
things
look
interest
like
you,
this
you can go
whole
to this
reason
website
that they
down here or
changed
click
their
that link right over there. Any support
outfits
would be
are
great.
for
Would
merch
help us to make
purposes,
future videos, but
but it's
if
clearly
not,
for, like,
don't feel obligated.
can,
No
like,
big
use
deal.
the
Just you
logos
guys
for
watching is support
everything.
enough. So thank you so much. Hey, do you think that we can wear the
Merch,
new stuff and the Harry Potter
promotion,
stuff
like,
all the time?
It seems a bit excessive.
It's not my
showing,
house,
like,
but purple and green seem to go together, right?
Boy, it's a good
the
thing
tie
that all
with
this
the
Harry
stuff.
Potter merchandise is just a figment of Thomas's imagination that he can just freely conjure up.
Oh, I know. Could you imagine how much money one would have to
I
spend
wonder
in order to
if,
have
like,
all
they
these
used
things for
merch
one
from, like,
single
all of
video?
his friends, or if he actually bought all of that merch
Imagine.
for this video alone.
This is the part of the video where I usually lead off with some sort of silly, out of
Oh,
context
moving on
joke,
is
but, you know, by
pretty
now you
soon
already
after.
know the
I thought
drill.
that was. I thought moving on was a
His
little
name's
farther
Bill.
past accepting anxiety of the other two-part episode.
What is up, everybody? Oh, that wasn't good. I'll tell you what's up with me. I feel like a raging dumpster fire. I want to really get going and deliver this video with the same pep and bounce that I usually do, but I don't know. I mean, like, when you're feeling sad, you're feeling sad.
I'll take redundant statements for 400. Wait, am I the first one to show up? That's not good.
Yeah, Virgil, I'm not feeling that great today.
No?
Yeah.
Yes. Wait. No. Yes meaning no, or
He's
yes meaning
concerned.
feeling good?
I
No, no,
love
no.
it.
Yes, as in I agree with the first statement.
My first statement was about your redundant statement.
Not that first statement.
You can only have one first statement, Thomas.
All right, starting over. I feel bad.
Okay.
Is that okay?
I mean, yeah, it's just nothing's coming up. You're ahead of schedule. You got no complaints from me. That's nice. Never mind, I do have a complaint. You're behaving strangely.
Oh, well.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to kick in here for a sec. Thomas, you're wasting time on this YouTube video, so you better start getting into your dilemma and stop putting it off for later.
I've just been thinking.
About what?
This confused me
what
so
else is
much.
Guys and Dolls?
I don't know if you're supposed
we
to
were
be
done
so
with this.
confused
Can
throughout this
everyone else get
entire
in here, please?
episode
I am
because
not
first
equipped
you
for
think
this.
about guys and dolls and you're like,
didn't
why is he
realize
sad
that
about guys and
everyone
dolls?
meant
And then you
only
realize,
one. Latin and Roman
oh, there's a
are
person
preoccupied,
involved in
not
guys and
helpful.
dolls.
Thomas,
Is he just feeling
can you
nostalgic
explain
about guys
that?
and dolls, or
I've
is
been
he feeling
thinking about
nostalgic
guys and dolls.
about
Yes,
his
I'm
relationship?
well
And then you
aware.
learn about it.
Thomas,
It's actually
it is
about his
time to
his
move on.
breakup
I
and the
feel
whole
like
thing. I think
Listen to me. Feel like
maybe
I
if
feel
they're
like
trying to
I'm
like cram two
nearly
things in
out
the
of
same
productive things to
episode,
say
like
on the matter. I'm just
you
frustrated.
think that
I'm
it's
just
like a
frustrated.
more
I'm
just
sad.
general idea of
I mean,
nostalgia, and then
you-
it gets into like the deeper.
Still wearing that cat
breakup
onesie
thing.
from the previous video? No, I literally put it back on. Just meow. Well, that's just perfect. Perfect. You know that's not what I meant. We already have one situation we have to deal with, and I told you that's not a practical garment. You can try to knock me down, Logan, but I will always land on my feet.
Dad Logan.
Like a cat. I've got
Or
it.
Mom
Thomas,
Logan.
you write down all of your thoughts and feelings in an eloquent letter and deliver it to him in a basket full of his favorite things.
I love Roman in this episode. He's
What?
so
He's been
funny.
brainstorming all day, and he has yet to come up with one productive, non-creepy idea. I'm not creepy. I'm joking. All right? You just don't understand love. I understand that it's making you act pathetic. Somebody say cat aesthetic? Take it off. Oh, that old cardigan just weighs me down. That's patently absurd. Surely the onesie is heavier. Would have been funnier if you said patently.
Can we all just focus on the issue with Thomas? I can't believe I'm the one corralling you guys.
Indeed. The situation we all seem to be aware of by now is that Thomas is once again thinking about guys. Well, yeah.
What else is new?
And dolls. Guys and Dolls, the musical.
Oh, wow. That too.
What about it, though? I mean, it's a fine show, but aren't there more important things to talk about? Or better shows? There's a Harry Potter play. There's a Harry Potter play. We just did Harry Potter. You want to talk about Harry Potter play? Patton, you know full well what it means when Thomas is thinking about Guys and Dolls. I don't know what it means. Sue me. Oh, I get it. That was a song from Guys and Dolls. Believe me, Logan, if anything serious is ever eating at Thomas,
I'll know.
There's another one. You're on a roll.
Why don't we just call him? You know, we can call him right now.
Stop.
A text then.
Roman, sit down. You're rocking the boat.
Oh my God, you too.
The dominoes were all set up. I had no choice but to
I don't
talk
know
to
Guys
Logan.
and Dolls,
That joke
so
was
I don't
just
know.
the cherry on top.
I don't get all these puns. Well, I know they're all, you know,
sorry.
songs. They
Not
must
my
be, but
best. It wasn't my
watched
best.
it.
I'm seriously so tired of being the taskmaster here today. Can we...
Right. Thomas, why are you still feeling so dejected over something that transpired months ago?
I'm sorry, guys. I really am. It's just... When you've been in a relationship as long as I was, it's hard to let go of those feelings. I don't know why, but it is not a problem.
I wonder
that
how
is
long
so
after the
simple that it
breakup
can be
this is
solved
based
by standing here
on
talking
they
with
actually
you.
wrote this episode.
Well, maybe we don't have to let
Like,
go of
I
those
know
feelings. There
things
must
we
be
used to
some
share,
way to recapture
The
past.
episode, the instrumental that's played at the
Actually,
end and is actually
Roman may be onto
a
something.
song with
Yes, I
lyrics
am.
that Joan
I am.
wrote for
Well, in a
Thomas.
way.
I don't know how
mean
long ago, but I know that one was about
dead
the
relationship, so to
breakup.
speak. So you're not talking about
And I
rekindling
think
the fire
it must
with
have
a
been
flame? I'm
pretty
definitely
soon
not talking
after
about that.
the
What do I
breakup.
look like, a Boy Scout scoutmaster?
then-
I'm speaking in reference to reflecting on what once was. A bittersweet longing for the past can yield positive results.
Then I don't know how much longer after
I can
this
say the
episode was
only way
made
that I'm
than that.
making myself feel better is by remembering the good times.
A 2013 study authored by Win Yi Chung, Erica G. Hepper, and 4 of their colleagues found that not only can nostalgia make one feel better in the moment, it also has the potential for making them feel more optimistic about the future. And what better way to bring people together than by relating to one another's nostalgic memory? Memories! Say, that's a good idea for bringing together you and don't.
It's called a joke. Dude, have you ever heard of it? I mean...
In what way would it do that, Logan?
You can let your past motivate your present. There were good times. You accomplished much. You won medals.
Won hearts?
Let those positive checkpoints inspire you to
Roman
keep
this
going for
episode.
more.
But what if looking at the past makes them feel kind of iffy about the present?
Yeah, do you really think it's a good idea for him to be soaking in a big old tub of the past?
Well, granted, there have been many different views on the concept of nostalgia. As recently as the 80s, a psychoanalytic theorist described extreme nostalgia as debilitating. But since then, a great deal of research has contradicted this. It's perfectly normal for humans to nostalgize. They do it at least once a week.
Yeah, I remember my grandma used to pull out this old scrapbook each weekend.
You see, even now, he is feeling nostalgic about an instance in which he felt nostalgic. Incredible.
Say, what about a scrapbook filled with all the good times when
No.
look up the word
love
joke
the whole
in the
joke
dictionary?
joke.
Jack Smellington?
From what I can gather, Thomas is already experiencing that bittersweet longing for the past. I say that instead of fighting him on this and creating a more distressing headspace in the process, we allow him to indulge in those memories. Perhaps that will help him to understand that circumstances can improve. Can and will can. Let's not jump the gun here.
Can they?
Of course they can. If you've previously experienced stretches of time during which you felt fulfillment and happiness, then the idea that you could experience something similar in the future is not inconceivable. It's happened in the past, therefore it's decidedly not impossible.
I'll be the first to admit this isn't the resolution I'd like us to settle on, but I don't have much else to add. Whatever can work. There definitely seems to be room for improvement. God, could you like warn me before one of your little out of context epiphanies?
Patton.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Whoa.
I got excited. I know that Virgil's room is the place I have to go in order to heighten my anxiety. I gotta think that your room is literally sunshine and rainbows.
What?
This is such a sad episode. Like,
You're
this
at
makes
the core
okay.
of a lot of my
I don't
happiness.
usually
I'm at the
cry
core
during
of a
this
lot of
episode
your feelings.
until
Going
they
there
get to
and
the
enhancing
end with
those
like the
happy feelings is
music.
what I need.
Honestly, that does make sense.
Let's
You
see
should
if I do it
Patton
this
holds on to
time.
everything in the past that you've cherished. I mean, it is peak proud papa. Perfect.
I really like that he has. It's like
I'm just-
he's a dad
I
and he
would hop
collects
aboard at the
things
alliteration
that his
station.
child made. That's a
But
good
seriously, my
like way
room's kind
to
of a mess.
introduce
I
the
don't know if this is a
concept
good
of his
idea.
room and like
Don't you wanna
justify
help
it
Thomas move
as
on?
both his
of
character
course, I
and
would
his
love that. But good, then it's decided.
what he
Another
represents.
field trip.
Great.
Wait, did you see what I did there? Did you see? I made it sound like I said field trip. I said field trip. Field trip.
Yep, it was a good one. Very Romano cheesy.
Ew.
Romano. Okay.
Hate that
well,
one.
here's hoping
Makes
that
me
nickname doesn't
angry.
last.
Please, Romano. Thomas, are you sure?
To Patton's room.
Thinking of happy thoughts. Here we go.
Luck be a lady tonight.
Enough with the guys and dolls.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
I've got a bad feeling about everything.
I love the editing in that.
Why are we doing this? Okay.
Musical stuff.
Wow. I immediately have less bad feelings. Wait a minute. This is nostalgia nirvana in here. I am already feeling the sweet embrace of yesteryear. Yeah! Oh, I'm so glad to have you all here. Oh, I don't know why I was so hesitant about it before. Hold on, gotta show you around the old patent.
I wonder why he suddenly feels so much more
it looks.
okay
oh my
with
goodness,
it.
Look at all the memories you've got stored in this place, Patton. There seems to be a high concentration of items encompassing your education here, Thomas. Oh, man. So many years of chemical engineering and science that you decided to flush down the metaphorical toilet. I forgot about everything.
Just
I've learned
ignores
now.
that.
Good times. And hopefully
It's
more
'cause he
good
doesn't
times
want
ahead.
scolding.
There's always time for you to abandon your current lifestyle and pursue a doctorate. Sweet Barbara Streisand, the show memories, the performances, the attempts at dancing we think went okay, but would prefer not to focus on. I can box step with the best of them, though. 5, 6, 7, 8. No need to demonstrate.
Oh, for crying out loud, are these all your old journal entries and stories that you wrote in middle school? These are so cringy. Why would they be here?
Because they're still Thomas's work, and it's very fun to look back on. Don't be embarrassed, Virgil.
You really liked drawing yin-yangs on the margins of your notes.
That
I love
and
how they
houses.
figure out ways
Little
to,
box. The roof and 2 windows and a door. All right, so we're here.
I
Now
really
we can let
like
the
how they
revolution
like
take
find
place
ways that
and get
each
it out of the way. Who
side
wants to
applies
start?
to different parts of nostalgia and what they would
Yeah,
actually
I think
be
we've
interested
already
in.
started, Logan. Oh, great. I don't know how this works. Hey, remember this? Is that the rainforest rap?
Oh my stars, it is. Spitting bars, it is.
Yoga from Star Trek? All right, turn it off. We don't want a copyright strike. All right, this
Never
is
heard
what
that.
inspired
Is that
your
a thing?
interest in helping to preserve the rainforest, and then helping the environment, which in turn led to you pursuing chemical engineering in the first place.
It seriously all stemmed from that simple little tune.
What?
Tropical rainforest, more like bopical rainforest. The song is a bop.
It stuck with you so much, I can still recall it to this day.
Welcome
to the jungle.
It's so
exciting, exalted,
mysterious, and we are inviting you on an adventure.
Stop. Please. Too much. Embarrassing.
Yeah, Virgil's let a
Man,
secondhand
this takes me
embarrassment.
back. Hey, you remember this? My little hard-covered book. Yes. Oh my goodness. Wait, I
Handing him a
talked about my
tentacle.
imagination, all the things I could do with it, the things I could create. Oh my goodness, the memories. This is me electrifying my brother.
Oh, all the accolades you racked up on the stage, the cheers, the laughs. Look! The first community theater award you ever received, a golden apple. You remember?
Oh my goodness, yes. I won Best Actor for playing Coco in Hot Mikado.
One of the first times you were awarded for acting weird.
And more would follow. And therefore, more faux golden fruit may await you if you continue to pursue your nonsense art of leaping around in front of everybody, shouting about things you've never experienced.
Thomas, I bet this might bring you back.
Okay. This is all very nice, but you guys gotta stop handing me things all at once, okay? I'm sorry.
I want that
That's the
box.
smell of Christmas. In a box! Yeah! The tree, the cookies, the eggnog that your parents made you. Oh, feels unhealthy. Oh, those memories were so thrilling and so mysterious.
What a
See,
Grinch
there's an annual
Logan
event you have
is.
to look forward to. Yeah, but I mean, like, it's different now. I mean, as an adult, it's I don't know, it's not the same as when you're a kid. Well, that may be the case. However,
Old poems you wrote? Oh, you were trying so hard to be edgy. I feel like I'm an archaeologist that dug up an ancient cringe compilation.
look, I had a lot on my mind growing up, especially as a teenager.
That you did. Constantly escaping into your mind to get away from real life, wondering when you were going to start liking girls,
Yeesh.
creating these other worlds where things just made more sense.
Ah, yes, those were hectic and busy times for me.
Oh, that's about the time that you upgraded from small nuisance to giant thorn in our side.
And for a good reason.
Yeah, it was a busy time for me too. I mean, the stakes were high. Thomas was really starting to develop as a person then.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I always, whenever I
Oh,
write like
that's funny.
teenager
So I might
Thomas
not have had Roman
stuff,
create half as many
it's
of the
always
stories and worlds
Virgil
as he
is
did
just
without
like
Virgil giving
super.
me reason to.
That's weird.
Well, fortunately,
Super
things make more
heightened.
sense now, or rather, will make more sense in the future, right? I guess. I mean, that's the goal, right? Developing a clearer perspective. Somewhat, yes. Is that not what's happening?
I'm not sure what's happening.
I'll show you what's hibbity happening.
Is that one of my pound puppies? Ah, chocolate! His name is Chocolate. Oh.
Boy, times were amazing back then. Some might say way better. Wait.
He's just so sweet and good and pure and happy and wholesome and sweet and lovely, and I'm running out of things to say. Man, I miss all this.
Oh man, remember when our outfits used to look like this? Wow, so embarrassing.
Oh, feels like only yesterday.
We changed in the last video.
Patton, your room is awesome. Like, I don't know why you would want to leave it, ever. Like, heck, I don't want to leave my room half the time.
What?
Well, I
Thomas, looking back at these euphoric memories sure does inspire hope for the future, does it not?
Yeah, sure. Look at this. I used to think this was the coolest thing. It has buttons.
What? Get out.
I know.
Well, I know you're gonna.
Flip out at this.
Crossed.
I got up to a green belt in
Yeah,
Recorder
this
when I was
place
in
does have
elementary
it all.
school.
Oh, it sure
I got all the
does.
way up
Why
into
is
playing
that even in there?
But think of everything the future has in store.
It's raining, it's
Virgil,
pouring.
Are you okay?
Oh my goodness, I remember this too. Oh my, the
They
songs
made you play
you used to put
Recorder
onto mix CDs
in
and
elementary
play
school.
in the car. I mean, Disney Mania much?
I must have listened to Pink's first album like 100 times.
Ah, of course. Thomas?
Uh-huh.
It might not have been the best
Poor
idea for you to
Virgil.
come here. Such a foolish oversight on my part. You are a habitual warrior. Yes, I think that we established that quite a long time ago, Specs.
Oh, is that
Specs.
bad for my room?
Well, I didn't think Thomas was too different from others, but anxiety almost always has a seat at the table whenever he makes any decisions. So I would say he worries more than what would be considered the norm.
Okay, but that still doesn't explain.
I know I told you that nostalgia can cause people to be more optimistic about their future, but for habitual worriers, nostalgia can have an adverse effect on their overall mood. It can sometimes cause them to look back on the past compared to the present period in their lives and cause them to ruminate even more on how their present situation pales in comparison. However incorrect that outlook may be, their anxiety worsens.
Virgil, that's not happening, right?
Things are don't always get worse. They just get
I'm gonna take that
different,
as a yes.
and
Come
they
on,
can be
let's go.
just
It's
as
time to end
good,
this experiment.
but in a
Wait a
different
minute,
way.
can't go
And
now.
you'll
We haven't
always
started
miss
reminiscing about all the
things
Broadway shows
that
we've seen.
aren't going to
all these
happen
old
anymore, can't
photos.
happen
Look at
anymore.
this.
They're right.
But
No,
there's
we can't
always
leave now.
things
There's still too much to
that will
look
come
through.
up
I
that
don't
are
understand
just
this.
as
What is
good.
the worth of
They're
memories if they
just
don't spur you on to
good.
make new ones? I am
Different.
familiar with this.
So if you look
whole
back
ordeal's
and think
origin,
about
but
how fun it
is
was
in
as
the
a
past
kid,
now. Thomas, it makes no
sure,
sense.
you're never going to be a kid again, and that's
fine,
sad.
it's fine.
But
if you would
also,
only heed-
Oh, hush,
you can
sub-astute
there's a
teacher.
All
lot
of
of
this
things you
because
can do
Patton
as an
can't let go of
adult
one
that
person.
you
Logan,
can't
can
do
you stop?
as a kid.
Please.
Just think about that.
You know what? Fine. If you don't want to listen to me, this is your issue to resolve. I am outie 50,000.
5,000?
Ding, ding, ding.
Hey, do you guys remember the 5th season of Lost?
Oh, do you remember the one time we did a cliffhanger?
Yeah, that was 2 episodes ago.
Wait, what did you guys do?
Oh, he wasn't here for it.
We left the video right at the dramatic climax. People were so confused and upset. It was wild, man.
That sounds awful.
Good thing we're not going to do that again.
Especially after just doing it.
That would just be stupid.
We're doing that right now, aren't we?
Yes.
This is how it's coming along.
Oh, remember all of the events in the last episode?
Patton, you know full well what it means when Thomas is thinking about guys and dolls.
I don't know what it means. Sue me.
Oh, I get it. That was a song from Guys and Dolls.
You just don't understand love. I understand that it's making you act pathetic.
Somebody say cat aesthetic?
Take it off. When you've been in a relationship as long as I was, it's hard to let go of those feelings.
Why don't we just call him? You know, we can call him right now.
Stop.
Text
There
them.
definitely seems to be room for improvement.
Room!
Patton, you're at the core of a lot of my happy feelings.
I'm at the core of a lot of your feelings.
Maybe going there and enhancing those happy feelings is what I need.
Here we go. Look at all the memories you've got stored in this place, Patton.
There seems to be a high concentration of items encompassing your education here, Thomas.
The show memories, the performances.
Are these all your old journal entries and stories that you wrote in middle school?
the rainforest rap? Your room is awesome. Like, I don't know why you would want to leave it, ever.
Virgil, are you okay?
Come on, let's go. It's time to end this experiment.
Logan,
We-
it's fine. It's fine.
All of this because Patton can't let go of one person?
Logan, can you stop? Please?
If you don't want to listen to me, this is your issue to resolve. I am outie 50,000. Hey, do you guys remember the 5th season of Lost?
What a good use of a flashback to bring unaware viewers up to speed for this video.
That was subtle.
Well, this is just great. Fantastic. Perfect. No one wants to talk about Lost with me?
Patton, what happened there?
Oh, that was nothing, Thomas. Sometimes I just get to acting a little bit silly. That's all. Look, pictures.
Patton, that wasn't acting silly. That was something much worse than silly.
Feisty.
No, this looking back on simple memories is just tiptoeing around the things that I really want to remember, but I can't, or I shouldn't. You guys, this isn't good. I mean, the literal voice of reason just left.
No, love is not about reason, Thomas. Love is about taking a chance. You took a chance when you asked a guy out 3 years ago, and it led to you having some of the happiest moments of your life. Now, your heart is crying out to you. Patton, cry out to him.
What?
Go ahead, cry out. See? Now, are you going to ignore his cry, Thomas, or are you going to take a chance?
Take a chance how?
By picking up your phone, dialing his number, and charging back into love's battlefield.
Yeah.
Hello?
That's him. Hang up! Why did you hang up? Virgil told me to! Why did you listen to him?
He was loud.
Higgins, Figgins, I'm getting sick of this.
No.
What do I do now? No sloppy situation here. Oh, the backup idea. Text him.
Text him what?
Tell him you butt dialed him. What? A butt dial? Really? Look, I'm thinking off the fly here, Thomas, and you do have a bodacious backside. Stop.
No.
I mean, that thing has a mind of its own.
I am not gonna lie to him.
Then let your tush do the talking.
What?
Let your bottom do the bluffing. Keep your lips locked. Let your cheeks and hips talk.
My hips do not lie, Princey.
I'm just saying, you have a very persuasive posterior. I'm so sorry, I can't stop.
Now, Roman, lying is wrong.
Yeah, that's a side of myself that I would prefer not to feed into.
Well, then what are you going to do? Tell him that you called in an act of desperation because for months you've been quietly hoping that everything would go back to the way that it was before? Are you going to tell him about all the times you fantasized about him calling you, saying that he's ready to try again? Are you going to tell him that you want him back? Because that's the truth.
No.
I didn't think so.
No, I mean, no, that's not the truth. I don't want him back, at least not in that way. I don't want to do that to him because I love him. He was unhappy when he was with me. And I don't want him to be unhappy.
So sweet. Gosh, Thomas, I love you.
The truth is, Roman, I don't want him back.
But you do. I know you do. I know all of your dreams and fantasies. I'm the dreamy fantasy guy.
He does and he doesn't. I wish I had Logan here to explain this. That can't be real, Roman. The thing that I want, that you want for me, it's impossible. You're right, I want it so badly, but it's fantasy. Forcing a relationship that doesn't work to happen again after it already fell apart, restarting that cycle of heartbreak,
Especially, that's why
that would be mean.
I've never experienced
To him and to me.
how much hard it hits everyone else.
But that would be the reality, and I don't want that reality. Oh, what did I make you do? Patton, Virgil, I'm getting this all wrong, and I'm hurting you in the process. Oh, geez, he's calling me back.
Pick it up! Pick it up! I don't know. Destiny has dialed back!
Get rid of it. Get rid of the phone now.
Oh, I know you shouldn't have done that.
I meant like set it down or something.
Yeah.
I just gotta say, I am sorry, guys. I was literally in the middle of apologizing, and I just immediately took a U-turn right back into part of the problem town.
No, it's not all your fault, Roman. I think we're all in a bit of a jumble here.
What am I doing here? Honestly, there are future shows to perform in, future pictures to take, new things to write, and new things to learn. I know this. I know this. So why do I look back? Maybe because it's easier to stay here and try to be happy. Possibly because it reminds you of a time when you felt worthy of someone. You're afraid. Afraid that you'll never feel some of these feelings again. That feeling. I'm mad at myself sometimes, guys. No matter how I try, no matter how long it's been, or what I attempt to distract myself with, eventually the train of thought always leads back to the memories tied to We met when we both auditioned for Guys and Dolls. We were both cast and quickly became friends.
Yes.
Such a simple show. It's amazing how a musical as simple as that, one that
Sorry, my internet just cut out, so I stopped it so I could load it, and it came back, so there we go. What I was gonna say is, I wonder how much of this story that he incorporates into this is actually part of the breakup that it's based on. I wonder if it's all made up. I wonder if there's actually like little bits of truth, because he obviously couldn't like talk about the entire breakup because that's personal between the dude
simple as that,
he
one
broke
that's
up with, or
not
that
very
broke
deep
up
could
with.
mean
They broke up,
so much to me.
but like
It was my favorite show,
it clearly.
but not because I particularly
I wonder how much
liked
like,
the songs
and I
or
wonder if he like actually
dialogue.
talked to the
Honestly, I'm
guy
not really
to
a
see
fan.
if he could,
Even
if
still,
like
it's
it
my
would be,
favorite
he'd be
musical.
like allowed, or like
And I
he'd be comfortable
can't
with him making
bear to
a
listen to its music.
video. I don't know.
Because of the outdated
really
and
weird to think
unsavory
about,
gender
like,
roles filled
how
up by
it's
the
sort of
cast of
based on a real
characters.
thing.
Because it hurts, and also because of that.
Yeah.
I still wasn't comfortable with myself, but I just felt something for someone else that I had never felt before. You know? No. Heck, I don't think I ever put myself out there more for anyone. It was freaking torture, man. But it was worth it. I'm sure it was. Oh, wow, okay. When I was young, my Uncle Buck...
Like the movie.
Yeah, sure.
Say, what is Buck short for?
I don't know. But...
Because he's got little legs. Ah! Oh, like the reason he is short.
You know, you don't have to do that, Patton.
What?
Try to hide what you're feeling with jokes. It's okay to be sad sometimes.
I'm never sad. I'm your happy Pappy Patton. Just a fun-loving father figure figment.
Falsehood.
Well, you said yourself, I'm at the core of a lot of your happy feelings.
You're at the core of a lot of my feelings, happy or otherwise. When I was younger, my uncle used to take me fishing, and I hated it. It was boring. Throwing the living fish in the cooler upset me. There was no escape for them or for me. On the boat, I was stranded with miles of
I love
H2O
fishing.
open water in every direction.
There's never a bad time for wordplay.
After my ex and I had been dating for some time and my family saw how serious it was, my uncle invited us both out on the water with him, and I was not looking forward to it. I mean, my mind was
Finally
racing.
cut it, yes.
But my uncle said, what if I said something wrong? Am I prepared to share a small space with my boyfriend and my uncle with no easy escape? Ugh. The day came, and it was not bad at all. Fishing was so much better with him there.
Your uncle?
Obviously not.
Well, a little clarity never hurt anybody.
My boyfriend. With him, I didn't
Oh, I
mind
forgot to
floating in the
full
middle of a mass of water. I wasn't isolated anymore. It can have a pretty big impact when
Like they
someone can make
intentionally
you
made
enjoy
the
something
changing
you
picture
normally
frame
dread.
him on some water.
That was when I really knew, you know? From that point on, I guess I was...
Don't.
hooked.
You ruined it.
The whole relationship was filled with those moments. They're the moments that I choose to hold on to the most. But I have to be fair to myself and recall the other moments. The moments filled with sadness, anger, and confusion. The moments where we wondered whether the paths that we were on were truly conducive to having each other in our lives. When we ended things, it was for the best of my heart. But I never stopped loving him. I know. We know, Thomas.
So I'm not talking too much, but
Eventually.
like this part is just something
You're gonna have to move on from
so
me. I just don't know how.
nice, and
Maybe
sad, and just bittersweet.
Maybe you don't. Not completely. But you can't stay here. Moving on is not the same as moving forward.
I like that quote. Like,
what
that's
I
one
mean
that I
is,
actually think about.
don't focus
Moving
on
is not the
moving
same as
on.
moving forward.
Constantly reminding yourself of where you should be in life only makes you feel more down in the dumps. At first, this room does bring a jolt of happiness. I feel it myself whenever I come here. But the return to the present can be too much sometimes. It's why I've been so emotional lately. Patton, I had no idea. I suppose I've been contributing to that in some way. Thomas, you should know that though I dream big, where you are in life, It's precisely where
So
you
now they
need
come
to be.
kinda back
And the only
around full
direction to
circle from the
go
breakup
is
back to
forward.
just the general
One
concept
step
of
at a time.
nostalgia.
Not staying stuck in one place. If you're truly destined to be with him, now is not the time to worry about it. You're right, I have to focus on me. And I have to acknowledge that all my feelings are valid. You're right, kiddo. It's just, I feel guilty for still feeling this way after
This is where we
so long.
people start like seeing
You're not
Patton
the
as
only
like
one.
a
Your
less of
reacting
just, you know,
for
pure
however
baby,
long
ooh,
is
ooh,
completely
and more
normal.
of a,
Not
like,
bad, not strange,
full, like,
not stupid.
multi-
You've been so accepting of all of us
character.
and our
mean, growing up sort of had
eccentricities.
that
You're
too.
done, Tootin. We would do the same for you. And I'm sorry I had to rhyme it.
Oh, shucks. Well, I just thought it would be easier to avoid all those nasty feelings altogether. Patton, avoiding grief can seem appealing, but I don't think it's fair to our mental health. Here's a little rap that I made up just
Please
now.
don't. I don't.
It may
like
seem
that.
scary
Stop.
to be that sad, but
No,
repressing
no, thank
depression
you.
can also be bad. Okay, well, I'll do the rhyming. In a way, grieving could be just the ticket we need to take that path forward to recovery. That was a mixed metaphor. I'm sorry. I'm not thinking straight. Ever. I'm not straight. Just
I
be
wonder if that was also
being
ad-libbed
self-aware
and first
of
take.
what you're feeling and non-judgmental in the face of those feelings, knowing that they're normal and that you're on the road to feeling better could be exactly what it takes. You're right, Virgil, and I should have been more mindful of you. Don't sweat it. I just wish I could have been more help. I've always been the one who worried about losing the people that you loved. And that happened. And I haven't known what to do since. Virgil, you've been as helpful as you could have been. Sadness shapes a different world. Gee, love is something, huh? Sure enough. And you loved him. A bushel and a peck.
Oh my!
I don't see them all react to
with
love.
another Guys and Dolls song. Yes,
Shows
that's
you
my
like what
boy.
parts of like
goodness.
they're all
All right,
actually
guys.
in love. Like it's not
Let's
just
get out
like
of here.
Roman feels the love and Patton feels
Are
the
you
love,
ready?
and the other two are just like
I think I
you can
am.
tell like all of them
Well, then,
feel the same kind of like
let's
they
go.
feel the
Off
same
into
things.
the great wide somewhere.
Make a note to burn
They
some of these
feel
journals.
all the love
Never.
that Thomas feels. They like all the
Home
people,
again, home
they
again.
all that, but they do it in their
Whoa.
own different ways.
That was new for me. I've never done that
and
whole
for different reasons.
rising up thing. How do you guys do that every episode? I'm so lightheaded. Oh, you're back. Hey! Hey, buddy.
Logan!
We just stay.
Finally coming to your senses, I see. Hey, what the heck was that? Disappearing on us? Don't you dare try that stunt again. Did you honestly think that I was fully out of the conversation? I'm not a feeling. I'm the physical representation of something deeply embedded within you. Even if it seems like I'm gone, I'll always be there to a degree. Okay, well, warn a dude next time. Now, in regards
Some
to
of
the
these
figurative
quotes,
siren
it's funny
song
'cause
that had you all
quotes, some of these
spellbound,
quotes are like
are you
now
satisfied
people's
with your
usernames,
resolution?
like
it
Paranovigilant,
took some soul
Warn a dude
searching,
next
but,
time. There's a
I
few
think
more
we
that
got
I'm
there.
forgetting, but
Sorry, Logan.
it's funny to hear them now.
I don't know why
in the
these things
actual
make us
show, 'cause, like,
lose sight
oh,
of you
that's where
sometimes.
their names
Yes,
came from.
you were completely right. I know. Meaning you were right about initially being wrong. I know. All that matters now is how we proceed. Yes, and I do think there are positives to nostalgia. All those good memories truly do encourage me to think about what lies ahead. But I also think it's important to focus more on being mindful of who and where I am, here and now.
No one can really plan their future, but that shouldn't stop them from looking forward to it.
No matter the fears.
You have all your past experiences that will hopefully help you and not hinder you.
You guys are right.
And a little compromise, Patton? As much as it pains me, sometimes when the heart wants change, you must listen to it. Is this appealing to you at all? Logan, is that a cat hoodie?
I thought this might be less cumbersome while still catering to your eccentric standards.
Dude, you got me a gift! Oh my goodness, I love it!
It even has a front pouch to place an actual cat, if you so desire.
Oh, I can't, I'm allergic. Then why the cat onesie? I like cats.
You know what would also fit in there that you're not allergic to?
What?
Kaboom.
Puppies? What? You can conjure puppies?
Shh, don't tell anyone. Well, this is just too precious to process.
I literally can't think of anything bitter or cynical to remark.
Thank you so much, Logan.
Of course.
I've seen
it's all
the
purely for
blooper that's
practical
like
reasons.
these
Small
two
steps
have
forward
a history.
and all
And he's holding the two puppies.
You can't do it because you're my
but
puppy. It's okay.
someone labeled like Roman as the fandom, and then the two
Say,
puppies
looking at
is
all those
Deceit
old
and
shows
Virgil
really
when
made me
they're
miss the stage
arguing.
even more. Thomas, what other roles haven't we played? Sweeney Todd, Lumiere, Annie?
He can't play. Okay, well, there he goes. I'm gonna brace myself to work overtime real soon. Later.
Getting back on stage would definitely be fun, but trying an extra course or two could also be interesting.
That's
I don't know,
so
might
cute.
try both again just to switch things up. Could be fun.
I'm glad to hear you say that, Thomas.
But seriously, thanks for your help today, Logan.
All in a day's work.
Logan's
Good that we got through
so
another
smart.
emotional mile.
I love him so
As for the
much.
course to take,
He's
please
saved
consider
the day so
astronomy.
many
Yup.
times.
Right there with you.
Well, Patton,
Yeah, Thomas.
how you feeling?
Well, that's always a tough
Y'all
question
guys
to answer.
appreciate
But
Logan hours.
this puppy sure is helping things.
Honestly, though, the times that we see you being silly and laughing, some of that's real, right?
Well, yeah, of
That was, I
course,
think,
Tom.
this
It's almost
little
all
part
the
is like
time
to
it is.
reassure the
There's so much
audience.
good in your life to remember and appreciate as well as the bad. Those memories don't have to be forgotten, but they shouldn't weigh us down. They shouldn't weigh you down because
Just
they're
randomly
just a
cut
part
to the
of who you
puppy.
are. All of you is important.
Will I ever feel that special feeling again?
I think you just gotta keep in mind that you're worthy of great things, independent of anyone who comes and goes in your life. Once you realize that, you're capable of feeling those feelings on your own terms.
Hey, you like rainbows, right? You know I do. I'm offended that you would ask.
Well, you always see them best after a bit of rain.
Wow. That was a, really nice metaphor.
I'm just saying because it looks like it's raining outside, you might get to see a killer rainbow.
Gotcha. Well, usually I like to end with a pretty concise conclusion on the best way to handle a dilemma. But I don't know if there is such a clear answer on how best to move on. Perhaps the main thing to focus on is just
One step in front of the other, kiddo.
That's what I've been working on
You can do
recently.
it. I'm rooting for you.
okay.
Here we go, the part that makes me cry all the time. I wonder who plays the boyfriend in this. I wonder if it's like a friend or like it's probably not the actual ex-boyfriend. Like I wonder who, because you don't see his face. It's like Thomas's friend because I don't recognize it as any of the friends that are usually in the episodes. It's such a good song too, the lyrical version of the song. I love it so much. The wordplay is so nice. I love Joan so much. Have I mentioned that? Joan as like a writer. They're so good at words. Wings ends up getting me, I don't know. Very end, I always end up.
Before closing out the video, I just have to remark that it is roughly 1 year since the very first Sandersides video, and I just can't believe it. Thank you all so
can't-
much
oh,
for your continued support.
cool 'cause,
your
like, now that
appreciation
I'm
of the
doing
videos,
this,
and
I'm
just
kinda catching
allowing
up
us to
here.
tell stories like
It'll
the one you
kinda,
just saw. My friends and I work
I didn't mean
really
for the
hard on
but
these
like I think
videos,
the
and
next
we just
Sandersides
are
is actually
blown away
coming
by
out
the
really
response, and
soon
we're
because
so
they've been
thankful for
filming
all of
it.
you. So thank you
At this
so
point, they've been tweeting
much.
out filming
And if you
it.
enjoyed the
Got a
Sandersides
few
and
other
you want to
projects
rep any
going
of
on.
them, there is
They
tons
confirmed
of
the
merch
Roman
over at the merch
series,
store. And there's going to be new
but-
stuff later on this year that I'm super excited about. So if you want to check any of it out, you can go to this URL to stay up to date. If not, no big deal, because honestly, we are just grateful to have you all as viewers and supporting us the way that you do. So thank you all so much. And until next time,
Take it easy, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Peace out.
So get up,
think I
get
might do,
out,
like,
let
maybe
everyone
one
know.
more
We need to
episode.
let the animals and the trees grow.
Where's my mom?
Yeah.
Rainforest rap.
Rainforest rap.
Save the
Not
rainforest.
because like
See,
this is,
maybe
like,
you'll
something
think
that my
twice
mom
about
would let me
interrupting
do,
us
but
next
just 'cause,
time,
like, I
Virgil.
don't
We cannot
like
be
filming
stopped.
and, like, talking
Only
to
paused.
a
Is it
camera
too
while
late to
there's
be an
people in the
outcast
house who
again?
can
Hey,
hear me, you know what I mean?
Right? Hey Ya is a single by Outkast. Second Outkast reference in a Sander Science video. I only know one song by Outkast.
Patton, how are you today?
I'm doing pretty great. Feeling so fresh, so clean. Another Outkast song, tricked ya.
Are you really, though? How do we know that you're not just covering up?
Aw, you guys, I'm learning not to do that. Plus, to make it easier, I realize that whenever I leave my room, I get to see all of you.
It's so cute.
Gives me something to look forward to.
Well, that is very good to hear.
Logan, you have got that cool factor. Heck, you're making me feel cooler.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe it's because you're
Wait, no.
my biggest fan.
Things are looking up.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. You'll have 1 hour of daylight, then you can say night night. I'll be over here. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
15th is here.
Hey Thomas. Hey Thomas.
Yeah?
Timothy.
Yeah, what is it?
Tommy Salami. Lama Ding Dong. Thomas the Dank Engine.
Can you guys speak normal?
Why don't you, if you want, jog on up here or walk and stand where you normally stand for a Sandersides video? If you want to.
Why?
Because I want to make a Sandersides video. Yeah.
Oh.
Sure. What is up, everybody? Yay! Good, because it has been like 5 ever.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, I'm already doing it, Virgil.
Do you know how long everybody's been waiting for another one of these?
I'm already doing it, Virgil!
And you know what time of year it is. Cold time? We live in Florida. Try again.
The time of year where we see that soup commercial where the boy is a snowman for some reason.
Now you're alienating our viewers who live outside the U.S. Peppermint latte?
Christmas, Thomas. It's Christmas.
Oh, well,
now you're alienating our viewers who don't celebrate Christmas. There's no winning here.
It's just like that old saying, there's no winning on Christmas.
It's kind of
No one says that.
Yeah, that's not a saying. Pretty sure I've heard it somewhere.
So, Thomas, given the season, don't you think that some people might expect a seasonal video of some kind?
Don't get ahead of us, Microsoft nerd.
Oh, okay. So now that you can't insult Virgil, you've moved on to me.
Look,
It's okay, I can take it. But if you keep it up, you'll have a diss track coming your way. You malodorous centurion!
Vern.
I don't know if that was a diss.
Like a Roman centurion. Or like a, but also scent. As in like a smell.
Logan, buddy, an insult doesn't really have that punch when you have to explain it afterwards.
Like I was saying before I was interrupted by the Microsoft turd.
Same joke.
It was a variation, and I can think of a Microsoft third. Oh, look, I just did. Anyway, I've been working on this amazing, incredible, epic surprise, and Patton helped a tiny bit too, I guess. Mm-hmm. What? I mean, you can't do better than this snazzy sweater.
Oh my goodness. You know, I want to compliment you, but you were just mean to Logan.
Sorry, Logan. I love it! Isn't it great? It is!
It looks like your regular outfit, except that this is knitted.
I know, right? It's perfect! Hey, fellas, how do you like me meow? Question Bark.
Oof,
double dog dad joke.
Because there's cats and dogs on my sweater.
Oh, that is so you. It sure is.
But wait,
there's more.
That's right, Patton. We've got sweaters for Billy Days. Logan, are you ready for yours?
Really? Okay, well, as I'll ever be.
Oh, don't you sweat it. Ooh.
that most recent.
You know, this is actually quite tasteful.
Sweet cheese pastries. He likes it.
It's a little louder than my usual taste. However, the clear influence of the De Style movement is particularly inspired.
Well, that sweater is de style nowadays.
Rena's.
As I was saying, De Style, not unlike myself with Roman or Patton, was the cleaner, more moderate answer to the excesses of Art Deco.
Moving on.
I think we did enough moving on in the last 2 videos.
Virgil.
Please, no, I literally wear a hoodie all year long. I don't need to downgrade to a
Sweater.
Okay.
Such a good one.
What's this? What's this? That sweater's pretty great.
You know, actually, this is, pretty chill.
Really? I'd say mine is rather toasty. Dad joke?
Never. Intentionally.
Sure. Dang, look at all you guys looking all festive for the holidays. All right. My turn. Where's my sweater? Come on. Sweater time. Sweater me up. Oh boy.
Yeah, we can't conjure a sweater for you.
This is awkward.
We are imaginary. You're not. I feel bad now.
No, that's fine. It's fine. Let's just move on.
Are we good? Like, we did the holiday stuff. Can I go back to my room now?
I don't know. I mean, since we're all here, we might as well just keep this holiday party going.
You have to stop whatever that is.
You read my mind, Thomas.
You're in my mind, Roman.
True. I've composed the perfect Christmas carol for the four of us.
Cool. I call Ghost of Christmas Future.
No, not the brilliantly written classic novel by Charles Dickens, which discusses classism and the futility of love and the certainty of death. Talking about a literal song.
Oh, no, please. I so liked the original idea that I misinterpreted.
Oh, this is perfect. What better way to celebrate our first Christmas with Virgil than all of us singing a song together? What's the song? It's going to be our take on the 12 Days of Christmas.
So, not the original version, where some rando delivers a bunch of birds and humans to a poor, unassuming person who would definitely not have the living space to accommodate all of them?
No! Ours is going to make a lot more sense. Can I have another one? Do one more. Or a lot less. Who knows? Thomas, you can conduct.
Okay, so you can give me imaginary sheet music, but when it comes to a sweater, imagination's not good enough. Got it.
I'm not bitter. All right, boys, let's get festive.
Here we go. You see them all on the same screen.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me.
Anyone who's like,
Guys, I'd rather not participate.
Too late, we're doing it. On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. Two-part vids. You gotta sing it.
I'd really rather just duck out, Quack.
Rocky starts, but we can still save this thing. On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 3 small dogs.
Yes!
Two-part vids.
No! My fight or flight reflexes are kicking in.
Bravo, Patton. On the fourth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 4 makeovers.
Weird emphasis.
Well, at least I'm singing.
Vids.
Virgil.
What?
It's okay, Roman. We'll get through this. On the 5th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 5 name reveals. 5. Yeah. 4 makeovers. Yeah.
Thomas introduced himself.
That's a stretch, but sure. You missed your line.
Is it too early to call it?
Yes, it is. 7 more days. On the 6th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me
6 songs are sung and
5 name reveals.
Is this some sort of punishment for something?
4 makeovers, 3 small dogs, 2 two-part vids.
I just don't really get it, you know?
No, I don't know. On the 7th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 7 slights at Virgil.
Of course.
Come on, the kids love it. Incredible. 5 name reveals. Incredible sulk. 4 makeovers. 3 small dogs. 2 two-part vids.
Like, why is this my line? I don't understand.
On the 8th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me
8 bouts of banter.
7 slights at Virgil.
6 songs are sung.
5 ruined kids films. 4 makeovers. Don't change the lyrics. I'm just so bored of singing the same thing. No rewrites. On the 9th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 9 patent punchlines.
8 bouts of banter.
7 slights at Virgil.
6 crimes against the English language.
5 second cookies. You jerks! Changing the lyrics. 3 small cats. 2 two-part vids. Are you trying to rap?
I do not like to sing. You guys just keep talking.
On the 10th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 10 tie adjustments. Patton!
Oh, sorry. Patton, I'll trade you my 6th day for your 5th day.
No!
Sure, excellent. This shall be ideal.
For what? 4 makeovers, 3 small dogs, 2
two-part vids. This lyric just doesn't make any sense.
Come on, Virgil, you can do it. On the 11th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me
11 lit vocab cards.
10 tie adjustments, 9 patent punchlines,
8 bouts of banter.
7 slights at Virgil, 6 songs are sung, and 5 falsehoods phonated.
Wow.
Makeovers, 3 small dogs, 2
two-part vids.
Virgil, can your gift to me be singing the line 1 time?
Fine.
On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 12 mushy moments,
11 fire slang words.
10 tie adjustments, 9 patent punchlines,
8 bouts of banter.
7 slights at Virgil, 6 songs are sung, and 5 crofters jam. 4
floor makeovers. 3 small
They all,
dogs,
like,
2
they're different
two-part
styles,
fits,
the same.
and a
Logan's is
truckload
just
of
like-
Bubba Gump shrimp.
Logan's is just like
I'm sorry.
What?
What?
That was Virgil's line? Why didn't I see
pretty
that?
It's imaginary, Thomas. You can't see it.
You're right, there are no lyrics or lines in this. What?
Come on, guys. It was pretty funny.
No!
Yeah, I don't know much about humor, but that wasn't it.
Right? It like doesn't reference any past videos we've ever done.
It's more of something I would laugh at to myself alone, randomly. Not for a video.
Look, I wrote it in a hurry. I've got a lot of stuff going on right now.
Of course Virgil didn't want to sing that.
Well, I don't know what to tell you guys, except that there's no winning on Christmas. Guys, we're being a little mean here, okay? Let's not stifle Roman's creative whimsy.
You're really trying to shoehorn in
True. How about we go for more
this episode
positive,
really
constructive
just
criticism?
sing a song.
Okay.
Try
It
to
wasn't
shoehorn in the whole message that you need positive.
good.
I don't like you.
That's not positive or constructive.
Fine. Roman, I'm sure that you could think of an even more appropriate line for Virgil.
Well, maybe this could work.
And it's just as cringy, but in a sensical
Oh, that's cute.
And an emo who's now our best friend.
Great. I'm feeling the spirit of Christmas welling up inside me. Or maybe that's vomit.
Oh, you love us. Shut up.
Well, that was a struggle, but, you know, we made our way through it.
I don't know who the true love was in that song. Was it Thomas? Who was giving us those things? It's not important.
Well, whatever it was, you guys did that darn thing, and I loved it. I mean, you all made it happen in your own ways. Maybe that's what Roman meant. There is no winning on Christmas because there isn't supposed to be anyone putting themselves before others. It's the season for giving. And when we put others first, we discover what the true meaning of Christmas really is.
Yeah, that's totally what I meant. Merry Christmas, everyone!
Don't forget to take advantage of sales during this time of year. You desperately need an iron.
Leave out sweets for Santa and then eat them all yourself because that's what Santa would want.
May visions of sugar plums dance in your head and hopefully not visions of your naked Aunt Patty. Okay, thanks, Roman, for that unpleasant side comment.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know where that came from.
Well, I hope this was an enjoyable
the whole
first Christmas
negative
with us,
Patty
Virgil.
thing.
You know what won't be enjoyable?
It's written behind
Those
you
3
in this
ghosts that are going to be
second
visiting you
episode.
later tonight.
No, why?
What? It's my favorite Christmas story. Let me be an individual, Thomas.
But you're not an individual.
Okay, well, whatever this was, I hope that you enjoyed our little Christmas celebration, and I hope that you're enjoying this time of year as well. We didn't talk about much, but maybe one takeaway is that when expressing a concern to someone about something they've created, there's always a more positive approach than just tearing them down. Because that's never constructive. That's destructive.
Get why it's all silent here.
Anyway, it's been an amazing year. May there be many awesome things to look forward to in the year ahead. And until next time, take it easy, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Peace out.
Guys, it's time for the Secret Santa!
We're right here, okay? Virgil, I had you, so I thought an appropriate gift would be this gift card for some audiobooks that you could listen to and those large headphones that you own to calm yourself down in moments of excessive alarm.
Oh, that's
It's really like
That's all right,
really
I guess.
Okay, Logan, I had you.
It's
No,
kinda, like,
that's
overlooked.
not how Secret Santa works.
So I decided to write you a 400-page screenplay about you partnering up with Sherlock Holmes to solve his greatest mystery yet.
Roman, I mean, the cover is ridiculous, but I'm very intrigued.
Yeah. In it, Watson just frickin' dies, and you take his place.
I always thought Sherlock was too good for him. He was always like Sherlock. I've got feelings. I mean, who can relate?
Well, I had you, Roman. Oh, goody! I made you some pasta.
Oh! Thank you. Do you know what the secret ingredient is? No love. Aww. And cumin. Oh.
And that means Virgil has me.
Mine is stupid. Everyone else's was so good.
Now, Virgil, you know whatever it is, I'm gonna love it. A gift is a gift.
Redundant, but Roman's not wrong. I made you this card. I'm sorry for not doing more.
Oh. You know, I'm not good at catching things.
I love it!
Yeah?
Oh!
Well, good.
The only thing that would make this moment better is like if somebody had some garlic bread.
God bless us, everyone.
None of us sneezed. Dad joke.
Oh,
Youth pastor Patton. I think this is going to be my last episode that I'm going to do, because this is, okay, so the thing about Can Lying Be Good, this episode, is that it's not my favorite episode. My favorite episode is Intrusive Thoughts so far, I think, and like SVS and Intrusive Thoughts and like the most recent ones. The most recent, like the 40 minutes, are my favorite episodes, but comparatively, considering that this was made before, and it's only like it's only like 30 minutes. It was made like before, like less production, like value, less stuff like that. When you compare that to like how much I like the most recent ones, this still holds up, and that shows like if you like kind of like use like the equity thing, like this is like quality in relation to or like the goodness of the episode in relation to how like much production was put into it, and how like quality like the like making it was, and how long it is and everything. I think technically this one would rank above because it still holds up even though it's not a more recent episode. And I think I just love the dark side so much, and I really like the introduction of Deceit, but also I just love this episode because Joan is in it, and they do all the acting and like the goofing off, and they're all trying not to laugh while it's going on, and then there's so it's got Joan and a bunch of like fun acting and Joan being an idiot, and then it's got it's got like a bunch of like theories and like hints, and you can look at like Patton throughout the whole thing, and it's got a twist ending, and it introduces Deceit. So just everything about this episode is so good, and it's got Roman and all of his eccentrics. It's so,
For my next
it's such a
trick,
good
I will
episode.
transform
And it's got
myself
all the,
into a very
all of them being
old
on
man.
stage.
The catch is that the trick takes about 60 years. What is up, everybody? Hope the year has been going well for you so far. Mine has been nice so far. Up until I messed everything up!
Why? What happened?
Papa's in the house. Hey there,
And he
Papa.
just appears out of nowhere.
Didn't see you rise up there. What? Yes.
That's
what
a
happened?
little hint.
Well,
your first hint is the
for
first time he
lack
shows
of,
up. It's
better
because he
words,
shows
he
up
was
and
a
he doesn't
bad
rise
friend.
up.
would you stop saying that?
What? It's true.
The
I tried to
situation was
course correct,
incredibly
but you wouldn't let me.
complicated. There were many factors at
Whatever, you
stake.
know you
You
screwed him up.
always do this. Guys, settle down, please. Guess who has 10 fingers and is very confused? This guy. I'm silly like that.
I'm sure that
Okay,
Joan
so
was
I
also
used to get,
confused when
like,
they saw that Thomas's reserved seat
mad
was
'cause-
empty.
Just let it go, Charlie Frown.
That's a good pause. I used to think like, oh, it's kind of sad that Deceit only like comes in at the end here, so we don't get as much Deceit content. But like, I was thinking about like, oh wait, no, like we can, if you think about like Patton throughout all this episode as Deceit in disguise, like you can actually see like little bits of Deceit, like how he would like carry himself being disguised, how he's like, how he uses manipulation, like the little, how much you kind of get like a vision of like how much he actually knows the light sides, and like how much information he has on them in order to like mimic them correctly, but like he can't quite do that because he doesn't quite know them entirely well. So he kind of does like a poster version of like what he thinks Patton would be like. Oh, he makes silly jokes, and he's very concerned, and he loves cartoons. He checks his note on his hand. I love cartoons. I want to be the director. I say yay. I do cute things. So like you can kind of see that he's being like a cliched version of Patton,
When they
like
saw
a
that
less
Thomas's reserved
nuanced
seat was
version.
empty.
Just let it go, Charlie Frown. I'm sorry I called you Charlie Frown. It's just this senseless bickering never gets us anywhere.
On the contrary, bickering amongst ourselves is historically how we've resolved all of Thomas's issues, provided you have me there to help sift through the nonsense.
Oh, good, Logan, everyone's favorite character.
And then he's lying when he says
Kind of
Logan's
patent.
everyone's favorite
And
character.
to ease your apparent confusion, I will
That's
review
so
last night's
mean.
proceedings, which occurred thusly. Thomas was having another mundane evening in where he whiles away useful waking hours by consuming content he's already watched 15.5 times before.
But, like, have you watched The Office bloopers?
As a matter of fact, I've watched it 15.5 times because I am a part of you.
But Thomas had forgotten that just a little while ago he had told his best friend Joan that he would attend a staged reading of a play that Joan had worked so hard on.
You forgot?
I mean, basically...
In his downtime before the reading was to take place, Thomas was invited to hang out with this one particularly dashing fellow, which is a unique happenstance, let me tell you.
I love Roman just being gay.
Innocently acquiesced.
Yeah.
Well,
great.
you should have no trouble at all explaining that to
Little
them.
romance
Midway
boy.
through hanging out with this dude, Thomas remembered where he was supposed to be, supporting his best friend, Joan. We could have shown up during the intermission.
As you can see, my anxiety started kicking in. But my hopes and
Virgil
dreams had
is
something
such a
else to say.
different
This
character than
fella
everyone
was
else.
so flippin' cute.
Just
I
like
mean,
the way-
who knows? He could have been the
he's
prince
so
of your
not
dreams, other than
Thomas,
this prince
it's
of your
so
dreams. It was worth it
funny.
to stick around. And besides, you had missed the first act by that point. It was already too late. And so they continued to fight the whole rest of the night, and I never left to go and support Joan.
Looking at it objectively, so you guys can sit this one out, would Joan have wanted you in attendance for only half of the reading?
I don't know, it's just being there for the sake of supporting them. And then this morning they sent one text. Where were you last night? F-word
I think it
face.
helps like
Look.
show like
I mean, what
put
do
them
I
apart.
say?
Like
The truth
so, like you
is
know, people always say like,
honestly
"Oh, I
so
forgot it was the same guy acting all of the things,"
Well,
because
the
they're
only
all,
alternative
they
to the
can only see
truth is a
Logan, and it's like
fabrication in
when
order
they
to
see
ease
Logan
their
and they can only see
concerns.
Roman, they see Roman. I think it kind of helps that like Thomas himself is an actual character in the show.
Lying is
So like
only
you
gonna
think of
bring about
Thomas
more
as
trouble,
Thomas, and
Thomas.
then
You
you
know
think of
this.
everyone else
How
as
would you
different
describe all
people
of the
because Thomas is
acting
already
and
there.
performances he's ever done in his life. I mean, that was all acting in a way, and that wasn't so bad. Yeah.
Cheers.
Well, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to say anything too ridiculous, but I mean, it's Joan. I just don't know how I could bring myself to lie to them.
Patton, you're Thomas's morality. What do you have to say about any of this?
Well, I think there are many views on honesty that we can look at to try to help us out here. Let's look at Kant.
Whoa, good night, everybody.
No, Immanuel Kant, K-A-N-T. He was a 19th century German philosopher
So,
who believed you should never
Logan
lie,
and Deceit
no
are
matter
philosophy
what,
buddies.
Because to lie to someone would be treating them as
Patton
a
doesn't
means
know
to your end, rather
philosophy.
than their own
I
person
love
with their
that's a
own
cool
ends
thing
in
if
mind.
like if you're
Listen,
shipping like
Roman,
Logan
there
and
goes the
Deceit is
acting
have them
profession.
talk
I
about
mean,
philosophy
never mind it.
because they both
well,
know
there's
famous
the thing. A
philosophers
dilemma
and
was
Deceit is
presented
all
to
into
Kant by
society and
French
how
philosopher
philosophers see it, and then Logan is
Essentially,
more
it
how
was,
philosophers
what if a known
talk about how
murderer came to
people
your house
work. Like
asking where your
Logan's into
friend
philosophers
was
that talk
so
about
they
how
could kill him?
people's minds
Would you
work
tell
in a
the
logical
truth then?
sense and
No,
why they
Joe,
work that way,
never.
and then Deceit is more into
seems to
like
like
the
his
moral
friends.
side of
Kant's response.
philosophy
"Yepers,
and
you should still
like
tell them the truth.
whether or not
Kant
things are
believed that
right
you
or
were not
wrong.
responsible for the actions of the murderer.
But they're both
and
into
you
like
should just keep your
philosophers.
hands
It's really
clean.
cool.
Yeah, doesn't sound great, huh, Birch?
Wow, Patton. Referencing famous philosophers? I'm impressed.
Oh, I'm morality. I gotta know my stuff.
Impressed isn't the word I'd use.
The point is, many people think Kant is just a
Have a
bit
Logan
idealistic.
Deceit
The death
book
of my
club
friend is not ideal.
So you
where they
think
talk
Kant is
about
wrong?
philosophy.
Yeah. Therefore, it's okay to bend
Like
the truth whenever it's
nerds.
appropriate.
And totally okay to violate the trust of your close friend.
Oh, don't be dramatic. That's my job.
I love
Lying could mean
Roman
the best of
in
both
like talking about
worlds.
like Deceit,
So don't
like
be alone
Roman and
because we
Deceit
marked at their show.
as
I
like
thought
how
you
they
said
interact
lying
and stuff.
was
Like
wrong.
Roman is
Well, it's all
Deceit
about
kind of tries
priorities,
to
friendo.
flatter Roman
What's more
into
important
because
to
Roman
us?
is
Joan's
so
feelings
prone to
or
wanting
honesty?
that's
to
bordering on
follow
what's known
his
as moral
own like
particularism.
Thomas's
See, I know
dreams
things too.
rather than
Okay, but I
consider
just
other
don't know
people.
if I can lie to John.
Of course
And
you
that's
can.
one of
You simply
Roman's
speak as you normally
weaknesses.
would,
So
except rather
he's a
than
lot easier to
communicating
appeal to.
information or an idea, let me
And that's
offer
why I
this
always
you.
see like the
You
whole
communicate
like
falsely.
No, I understand that I can
Receipt?
functionally lie. I just
I
don't
never,
think that I can lie
I
to
do
Joan
like that
without
as a ship, but
feeling
like,
like a big jerk.
I always
Maybe
think of
you
it
just need
like
some practice.
canonically. I think of it as
Don't
like a
worry,
more
it's
like
still
Prince Roman.
I just thought maybe we
a
could
more
try out lying to Joan to see how it feels.
manipulative
I mean,
thing, like
what the heck did
one
we
way
establish this whole
thing,
shapeshifting
like where
thing for if we're
he
never going to
tries
use it?
is
No,
like
it's not a plan.
tries to
You're
flatter
not
him onto
Joan.
his
I don't
side
know how
because he
they'd
knows
react,
that
and
he's
I'd be lying
more
to their
prone
face
to doing
several
that.
times. That's just a punishment.
Well, if you're considering lying to Joan, maybe you deserve to be punished.
Thomas has a point. If we truly are considering distorting Joan's reality as a means to our end, we might need a strategy.
Won't you stop phrasing it that way?
That is literally what is happening here, Thomas. DWI.
Driving while intoxicated.
No. Deal with it. Well, how about we work out that strategy, huh?
Joan.
You know, we got a good old Joan look-alike here, so all we gotta do is set the stage.
That's it. No, wait. Stage, that's it.
What's it?
All the world's a stage, Thomas. So
Not
if
bad.
lying truly is no more than acting, then we shall play the part. Lights up on Roman, disguised as Joan inside your brain. I'll wake up and I gotta try to train my guy to ladder Jane.
Stop. Wait, Jane?
Joan didn't rhyme there.
Welcome to the Mind Palace Theater, Thomas, starring
It's
me,
all the effort
Roman,
that went
the
into
one-night
costume
Joan.
changes because
Wait,
there's just
Hugh
like
Jackman is in this?
No, his
two
understudy's going on
seconds
tonight.
where
Who's his understudy?
Joan was in the Roman
Me.
outfit.
Tonight I bring you a play in 4 acts.
4, that's excessive.
And then
There
they
will
have
be a
to,
15-minute
both of
intermission,
them have to
or maybe
wear
just like 3
the costumes
15-second
for each
ads that pop
person
up in the
because
middle of the
once
video.
the
Just go
scene
with it. But
ends,
let's not forget
it
all
changes
of the people
from
making
Joan
this
in the
possible.
costume to
Logan,
Thomas
our
in the
stage manager
costume.
slash dramaturg.
The correct pronunciation is dramaturg, the researcher of the plays and
There
operas
was,
being
but yeah,
performed.
the
That's
whole,
what you got the job, buddy. Also,
they have
can't
to like
forget our
switch
awesome
outfits, so they both have to wear the
hardworking
stupid
Virgil,
outfits,
our
like the
utterly
wig and
delightful
like the
go-between for
face
the
mask
operation
and
of the
the.
lights, the set, the costumes, the
You
props,
kind of
the
you don't
actors.
you kind of
so
forget
many
these things
things.
that the things that went into it because you already because you're just
What? No, I'm the
convinced
actor,
by
director, and
the stuff
writer.
that's
I'm
going on.
basically
You don't
Orson
think
Welles.
about oh.
Please, right? You know how I love cartoons.
Let him be director.
We
Yeah, you can
need
see
an
he looked at
audience,
the note
Thomas.
on
Theater
his
is
hand.
literally not theater without an audience to laugh when I say something funny and clap when I do something awesome.
You know he'll still do those things? Come on.
Fine, Patton, you're the director. Yay!
I love when
Act one.
Roman is just a toddler, like, no, I want to do it.
Not even on the
no,
stage yet.
that's
Not even on the
not
stage.
fair. Hey, no, stop it. I want to do it.
and I'm wondering where my little gifty whifty is from my cutie oopsie poopsie pants. Emphasis on the oopsie because you were a mistake.
I have several questions here. Are you my mummy?
Doctor Who reference? Fantastic.
Why are you playing her like that? You know my mom. You know her. It's a hypothetical scenario, Thomas. Just
See,
go along with
yeah,
it.
they had to
Fine.
both wear the
Thomas,
same
did you
costume.
get me a gift for my 3rd favorite holiday? My 1st being Groundhog Day, my 2nd being my birthday.
Was that a ghost orb? Wait, I know this is gonna lag. I know this is gonna lag the thing, and I know it's definitely not worth it, but wait for the orb. There's a ghost spirit orb behind Joan. Wait for it. Right here. You can see it floating across. Behind his head. Behind their heads, they're all
Her gift? No, I didn't.
What?
Sorry.
behind Roman's head.
No, shut up! You were mistaken. I hereby disown you as my son.
End scene. Roman, that was a beautiful portrayal of a mother betrayed by her son.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you so much. I was afraid I
more-
went a little too method with it.
No, it was perfect. Thomas,
I
Ghost
didn't
orbs.
love your approach to the character.
Dust doesn't show up
that
like
sure
that on
could've
camera,
gone better,
so
huh,
it has to be
guys?
Okay, but
spirit
that's
orbs.
not
actually what would happen.
Oh, I'm sorry, Thomas. Do you know how any and all future events will play out should they come to pass?
Well, obviously I don't, but I'm... Logan, does Thomas have that information?
No, he doesn't.
Didn't think so.
Oh wait,
All right,
so
let's run
I
it
was
again from the
wrong.
top
So there
before
is a
failing this
black.
guy. I
This is a
Patton
black
was the
curtain. So
director.
I
Right,
think
right,
this
right.
must be the same stage that they filmed the debate
Oh,
on.
sure.
I thought it had red curtains. So I think it must be like Thomas's old high school or something that they, or a community theater that Thomas is at that like lets him film there.
Darn. I
they're
was
on
on my way
stage.
here to get you your gift, but it got lost.
Oh goodness, how?
A homeless lady, ate it.
What? Why?
I left it on a free food counter like a doofus, and she mistook it for a free food sample and ate it.
Oh, poor thing. Was she hungry?
Very hungry. That's why I bought her lunch.
Joan
we
can be
exchanged,
my mom.
information, and she told me she would call me on a payphone when the gift later resurfaces. What the?
Oh no, thank you then. I don't want it anymore. But it's the thought that counts. I love you.
And scene. Brilliant.
Really? Logan, can you tell us more about that scene? That was a
Roman
series
gave
of lies
Thomas
of
a
commission, which is
smoochie.
when the liar tells the subject an unmitigated falsehood, presenting fiction as fact. Fiction? Like a heartwarming fairy tale.
I mean,
Sure,
Logan is
and even if your
like,
mom
does
still
he?
wanted
Why
to
does
gift
he
you, at the
hate
very
Logan
least
so much? I
bought
know it's
yourself
because he
some
can
time.
kind of
And beyond that,
contradict
you made
why
yourself out
lying
to be
isn't
altruist.
necessary in
Except
certain
if we go
situations,
that route, we
but
should make a point to
like
actually feed the
Logan
homeless
is really
later.
helpful
Totally.
to Deceit in
And
this
most
episode, like
importantly,
in
you
educating him
spared
the
your
different
mom's
types of
feelings.
lies and like
Silver lining.
But what
where
if the
they can
mom
be
finds out that
used
he
and
lied?
stuff.
Well, based on Roman's characterization, it's likely that some sort of betrayal-motivated disownment would take place. What? Act 2!
Gosh darn it, Sanders, where were
This
you
is
for your
making Virgil
Sunday shit?
so freaked out.
What's going on here?
I'm your boss.
Okay,
No, I mean,
this
like, what is the scene?
moment.
What is happening? You lied to get off work this past Sunday. Wait, I already lied.
You
I
know
don't
what
have a
line I'm
choice in the matter?
talking about.
No,
I
that's
love
in the
it.
past.
You did it because your boyfriend really wanted to spend the day with you. Boyfriend? What boyfriend? How many lies are we telling here? Action! That's not just for
Favorite
Sanders,
Joan-related
where were you on
Sanders
Sunday?
Sides line.
We were slammed because you weren't there. I'm gonna start calling you Thomas Slamder.
You can see they're both
Hey, Mr.
almost
Duty-Face
laughing.
McGee, which is
Joan
your
is
actual legal
almost
surname.
laughing
No.
like
Yes, and
all
I
the
should really
time,
come clean.
the entire
My
time.
boyfriend wanted to spend more time with me, so I lied in order
Look
to
of
have a
concern.
free day to share with him.
What? You're lazy and you're
gay?
gay? You're fired!
What the heck was that? You don't know if your boss is a homophobe? I don't want to work there anyway. If he hadn't fired
And you
me, I
can
would've
see
quit.
Joan,
Noted. Let's run
like,
it again,
just
except this time
smiling the
boss isn't a
entire
homophobe.
time
Not
they're
a
saying
homophobe.
that,
Awesome.
just-
And Thomas, try not to get fired.
Where were you on Sunday,
Like,
Thomas?
trying
you
not
better
to
have a
laugh.
good excuse, or I'll fire you.
Look, Mr. Doo-Doo Face, I have worked here at this job
They're trying
selling
so
Hot
hard not
Topic
to laugh.
merch.
No.
Yes, and for 4 years.
I can't
now.
imagine. They're both
You know that
hilarious
if I
and
miss a
it
day
must
of
be
work,
so hard not to laugh at each other.
it's
That's
probably
why
for a valid reason.
Thomas must have
Good for
won
you, Sanders. Looks like you
the
finally
dad
grew a
joke
spine.
battle thing
I suppose
with the
you're
other
right. Just
YouTubers
don't make a
because
habit out of it.
he's had
Like a
practice
weird
trying
habit
not
of
to
gluing your
laugh
butt cheeks together.
when acting with
Listen.
Joan.
Scene. Oh, well done. I mean, I almost lost character because the lights were too bright.
I can only be so many places at once, dude.
Dramaturg, any notes? Thomas, that technique you used right there was called a character lie. It is the act of covering up a truth by talking about oneself in order to throw off suspicion. By relying solely on your reputation, you completely evaded the matter at hand.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Would you like to say anything, Patton? Hi, Mark's here. You all are really putting on a show. Act 3. Ah, why?
I love this. This is probably my favorite, except for the "you're lazy and you're gay," but like the out of all of like the characters,
Seriously, guys.
I love
Everyone who's
this guy's
here
voice.
at my awesome
He sounds
party,
like
this huge
this
crowd
character
of
sounds
people
like the,
that's definitely here right now. Somebody broke
that
my
character,
grandma's
the
vase.
alien from
And
Fairly
that
Odd
was the last thing
Parents.
she gave to me before she
Like,
died.
pretty much exactly.
I swear to all things football and or skateboarding that I will find you. Don't make me cry these incredibly manly tears.
Oh, what a
Anyone can
bro
speak up
shirt.
here and be a part of the scene.
Graphic tee.
Especially those of us who aren't imagined and are actually here on the stage. Like, not the people who are imagined to be here through means of suspension of disbelief.
I do not understand theater.
Very well, I shall continue searching for the culprit in the next room. Stephanie, you want to bake some cookies?
And scene. Thomas, what was that? I was giving you acting gold, and you were giving me nothing. Was it because I didn't use the red Solo cup? I mean, I thought it was cliche, but if it took you out of the moment... Actually, that was an acceptable version of what is known
the
as a
head
lie of
shape.
omission.
Thomas's
withholding
head
important
shape does
information
not
that would
work
help
with
to
that blonde
elucidate the
wig.
truth. But he didn't say anything. Lies of omission are like, I'm going to say some things, I'm going to leave something out. Say some things, leave something out. Well, anything may have been important information, so technically that's what he did. Ergo, valid technique. Interesting.
That hair, the sassy,
I don't know.
the
It's
sassy
just,
glasses
maybe some of the
stuff.
scene play is making me feel
way
a little
he did
icky.
that,
I thought
gosh.
you were fine with all of this. I am. I'm thinking about Patton. All of this definitely has to be a little bit strenuous.
And then Roman
on
actually
him. Isn't that
starts
right,
getting
Patton?
some,
All right,
like,
guys,
moral
it all comes
stuff.
down to
And then
this.
you can
You've put
totally
on
see that
one
Patton's not being
heart-stopping act
Patton
after
here.
another. Now, wow me in this fourth act. I know. This one should be a piece of cake.
Mr. Thomas, where do babies come from?
Whoa! No. We are
How old
not
is this
doing
kid
this
supposed to
one.
be?
Adults do this all the time.
We are not
6,
going there.
8.
No. Yeah, everyone knows where babies come from. Messenger falcons. Well, all right. Okay. I wasn't feeling
Earlier,
the character
he said
because
it
I
was
don't
something to
have
do with
my sippy
storks.
cup Where is my sippy cup?
Clue.
It was on the prop table. Did you move it?
Deceit?
No, I did not
Was that a
move
clue?
it. I have been acting this whole time. When would I have had time to move it?
Verge, hurry, stall for time.
What is happening back there?
It was in the green room. What was it doing in there?
Oh, that's right. I did move it. I'm so silly. I'm so silly. Thank you.
Mr. Thomas, where is my pet hamster?
Oh, no, it's
Actually,
not.
no, you know what?
Oh, great.
Oh, and then
okay.
you can see the
well,
fingers
little
crossed to show that
Ed.
That's my
he's
name, don't worry about it.
lion.
Oh, okay. Your hamster.
Everyone
Yes,
always
what
points out that, you know,
happened
that's
to my
not
cute, fluffy,
a motion
impossible
that
not to love, only
Pat
friend in
would
the
do.
world who also happens to be my pet hamster, Sir
So
Squiggles
Squiggles to Wave.
Jeez.
But yeah.
Squiggles.
Yeah, I think maybe
went
after
away
this one
to,
is the next
a
bloopers
lovely
episode, so that would be
little
perfect. I could just
hamster
watch
hotel.
just like the last episode, I could finish with the
because,
bloopers episode.
He didn't feel the same way about you. What? Okay, let's stop there. Thomas, let's try not to make the child cry.
But this is like really sad, and I'm such a sucker for like Joan's little pouty face.
Try something other than a lie of commission.
Wouldn't that have just been like a white lie?
And go again. Look, Ed, you know me. I'm your, like, what? I don't know, brother?
Who he calls Mr. Thomas. I don't.
Would I let anything bad happen to your hamster?
So where is he?
You know me. And stopping again. Okay, Thomas, I didn't believe any of that.
Character lies are hard to implement in this situation. It really isn't simple, Patton.
Let's try it from the top again.
Will you please tell me what happened to my
Aggressively
furry, squishy,
sips from
beautiful,
sippy
fragile,
cup.
but dear companion, Sir Squiggles? The boy?
The Wave.
And scene. I'm sorry. That scenario should have been a little bit easier for me to lie so I could protect the kid, but this is all just making me feel really weird. Sadly, I have to agree. This whole night has been a fiasco. It's curtains, for sure.
Curtains?
No, I
They
didn't.
saw it.
Oh, come
I drew it
on.
for Christmas.
Whatever. Fine. End it now.
Painted it. You
Well,
can tell I really like
all's well that
Joan.
ends well, I suppose.
That did not end well.
Could you, not rub it in? Because, sure, I'll admit it. It did not end well. I thought it went well.
You did?
Well, I really don't know. Every theatrical performance is the same to me. Whether it's The Lion King or The Wiz, you can consider me one of les muses.
You're attacking theater, but that was a strong couplet.
Thank you.
I have to know, was that trochaic octameter?
I am Big Pentameter.
Classic. Come on, guys.
I
let's
still
not
don't
give
know
up
what those
now.
things mean.
Thomas, you don't want to
My
make Joan mad at
my
you, do you?
English teacher
No, I
tried to
don't.
teach me about iambic pentameter, and I just don't know what it means.
I feel like I would be mad or disappointed in myself if I were to lie to them about this. You won't if it's done correctly, right, Roman?
I don't know. I think Thomas is right. When people go to see a show, they know that it's just a show.
Yes. Whenever a person purchases a ticket to a show, there's an unspoken
Then it
agreement
starts
between that
evolving, and you get to
person
see
the
more and
showrunners
more that
what
Patton
they're
is just
seeing
not
isn't
saying
actually happening
Patton
before them.
things.
For example,
Saying,
Ian McKellen didn't
"Oh,
actually
it's-
die at the end of
it's
Macbeth.
fine.
Thank
Oh,
goodness.
Oh my goodness, that man.
You can just,
he
like,
shall
lie.
not
It's
pass.
Virgil,
fine.
buddy, I know you weren't too keen on it at first, but come on, could you stand to lose the support of one of Thomas's friends?
Well, yeah, Thomas's
Trying to
friends
reach
make me
out
feel
to
more
his
at
little
ease,
brother,
But Thomas lying would make me just
saying,
as uneasy.
"Oh,
and
maybe
anyone
we
who
can-"
doesn't understand that should just shut up. Whoa, now.
Virgil, it's me. Aren't we friends?
He loves seeing them interact.
Thomas, I know this sounds
The
backwards,
girls
but
are
sometimes
fighting.
Lying is good.
But you've said before that...
I know what I said. It doesn't matter. In this situation, it is
It's
the
so
right
cool
thing
if you
to
just
do,
imagine
period.
him
Patton, no.
in all of
Yes!
like
You're
the
wrong on this one, buddy.
deceit makeup and everything.
I think
It's
what
totally.
I need to do is accept the true course of
I
action.
really want to see this like reenacted
made a
in like the
mistake,
deceit outfit and
it's
like with the
better for me
deceit
to own up to it.
voice. Like that's what's
I'm
behind
thankful
it all.
that you all
It's
helped to guide me through these other options
so
because
cool.
it helped me to arrive at this conclusion.
Because you can see that it's deceit
I need to
acting
tell
like
the
Patton.
truth here.
Imagine acting like a
And it
character
might
acting like another
hurt to do
character
that.
and getting it that spot on.
But
Thomas is so talented. God.
whatever happens, happens. Wow, I'm so proud of you, Thomas. You're so
And then
mature.
straight up gains the
Thank
deceit
you.
voice
I
while
knew
still looking
something
like
smelled fishy here. I also
Virgil,
smell it. I told
not
Thomas
Virgil,
to take
like
the trash.
Patton.
No, it does smell bad, but I was talking about Patton.
Oh, you mean how he's clearly.
And now we
Oh, I
have
get
the
it
whole
now. I don't.
carrying
What is
himself
happening?
like
have to
deceit,
give us
but still
permission.
dressed like
There are
Patton.
sides to everyone that they prefer not
Slowly
to know about.
evolves into less
You are the boss,
Patton.
Thomas.
all
Any
the way
information
up
you want to
until-
know, you can know. You just
Wait for
have
it.
to be open to hearing it.
In other words, would you like to learn something new about yourself, Thomas?
I don't know.
Ooh, I don't know either, Thomas. You might not like what you find. Fine, tell me. Deceit! What?
Never heard of her.
Oh, I hate this guy.
God, I love his
Creepy
theme.
snake face. However, he is very kind.
Okay, fun fact, I hated Deceit.
And Virgil,
In this episode, all the way, I didn't really like Deceit up until
Did you just finish washing some dishes?
the end card of
Why didn't I know about
the
him until
Christmas
now?
episode.
Glad you convinced you're an honest person.
But I am an honest person.
Oh, you are, Thomas.
all the way up
You
until
are
the
a
Christmas
good
episode,
person.
and
Everybody
then
says
nobody's
SVS.
a
It's like
completely
he was just so
honest person.
dorky,
I
and
try
he
to
was just
be.
like kind of
That's
like
more honesty.
cliche
Given
villain.
all the
But then
variations of
after,
dishonesty, lies
but
of
like
omission,
once
lies of commission, etc.,
like
lies can be
SVS came
very
around,
difficult
he
to
got
avoid.
much
According to
more
Pamela
deep
Meyer,
as a
author of
character
Fly
and much
Spotting,
more
on
like
any given
nuanced,
day,
much
you
more
may
like
be
you
lied
can
to
kind of tell that he has a
between
deeper
10 to
understanding, he has deeper
200
meaning,
times.
everything.
She's also stated
And I
that
started liking him, and
strangers
also
lie
he was
3
really
times
hot
within the
in
first
that
10
suit
minutes
and
of
the
meeting
bow
each other.
tie,
An
and I
average unmarried couple lies to one another
then I liked
in
him a
1
lot
out of every
more.
3 interactions. Very few people are always honest 100% of the time. They're a very rare breed.
So what? He made me think I'm a completely honest person, so I didn't know he existed?
You place distance between who you are and the lies that you tell. He is responsible for your doing so.
Why didn't you guys tell me? If you really don't want to know something, he can keep our mouths shut. I can't believe that I fooled myself like that.
You don't want to believe it. That's where his power comes from. Things that you want to believe. Things that you wish were true. And things that you wish weren't.
What you don't know can't hurt you.
Falsehood. Knowledge is an incomparably valuable multi-purpose tool that is instrumental in identifying and solving any problem.
You tell him,
If you're worried about
Logan.
getting hurt, then seek knowledge. It is our greatest weapon and our greatest defense.
Triumphant
that's-
music in the background.
That was really lovely.
I already knew it was gonna like
Speaking of
end
seeking knowledge, where is Patton?
funny
How dare you stand where
because
you
it wasn't
stood?
serious.
You foolish dummy. I am and always have been Patton.
Okay, so it's so weird. Like the makeup, it makes his like nose look more. It changes his whole face shape. Like it makes him look like pointier, more like
I mean, it didn't hurt me.
everything.
Ow.
I don't know. You notice like the eyes, like the bags in the eyes more in
my
the.
spot. Well, this
Same with,
all
like,
went
Virgil with the
according to
eyeshadow.
plan.
Surely it didn't.
Get out of
Glasses.
here, Jack the Fibber.
All right. But you've seen the last of me.
Bye.
Slithers
Patton,
on
I'm
down.
so glad that you're back. So glad that my back is what? Finish your sentences, Thomas. Wait, how do we know this is the real Patton?
Maybe this is another one of Deceit's tricks.
All right, enough twists.
Yeah, quick, how do you feel about lying?
It's wrong.
Exactly what Deceit would say.
With some rare exceptions. Someone once posed a dilemma to Plato. What if a known murderer came to your house and...
Yep, we've already been over this. Yes, and that was Kant.
Whoa, good night, everybody.
No. Immanuel Kant, K-A-N-T.
Wow, I can't believe you're doubting me on this. I know my Play-Doh. I've been eating it since I was like 5.
Eating Play-Doh.
Oh, goodness. Are you talking about the non-toxic modeling compound?
Is there any other kind?
I mean,
That's
it's
for playing, not
non-toxic.
eating. Mama told me to never play with my food. Definitely
It's
Patton.
non-toxic,
I'm
so like,
still
why
reeling from all
wouldn't
this.
you?
I'm surprised I wasn't
It's salty
summoned
and
earlier.
good,
I mean,
and it's
here
called
y'all are
dough
having
for a
big old
reason.
tea party without me.
Well, I thought you
Pop
were
it in
here
the
all
oven.
along.
Yum yum, colorful bread.
Guys, Deceit told me that I was a good person. Does that mean I was lying to myself? Am I actually a bad person?
You know, kiddo, I don't think you are. I think maybe in that moment you honestly believed you were a bad person.
But belief doesn't always translate to reality.
Thanks, guys.
Also, the concepts of good and bad are
The whole
arguably
shirt
meaningless
thing.
because we
I
can
don't
assign
really
any
exactly
different
know what it means, but I think it's
characteristics
more
to either.
doubting
Okay,
himself
so-
and realizing that. Am I
you
a good
decided
person?
to
Am I
tell
a
the
bad
truth
person?
even before Deceit was
how he
unmasked
sees
like a
himself.
freaking Scooby-Doo villain.
Guess that was the real Patton shining through.
Shining through, but I'm not a son, I'm a dad.
Maybe Deceit wasn't so bad.
Kiddo, simply put, Deceit
that
is an
back,
inner
Logan.
coach
Right
that
now.
acts with the one intention of self-preservation.
Well,
nice.
this time around, I'm gonna tune out that inner coach and set
Don't
things
tune
right.
him out.
But
Listen to him, but don't
before I do,
over listen to him.
one more question.
Yerks Dadson.
Are there any other sides that Deceit has hidden away from
He's
me?
a good boy.
Yes, the dark sides.
He just doesn't know how to do it
That's-
right.
Not the answer that I wanted, in full honesty. I made that name up. It's
pretty cool, right?
Nice and foreboding. Thank you.
Well, best of luck with Joan, or as they say in the theater, fracture a femur.
I saw a
The
funny
actual saying
post
is break a
about,
leg,
like,
but I improved it.
I hate both of those equally.
like
never
sibling
strayed too
rivalry,
far to
like
see
real
really
sibling
happy doing
rivalry
his
is
bidding
calling your
today.
brother's
Playing
friend
into
group
my
the
love of
dark
theater
sides.
And my love of getting what I want? Oh, I feel so used.
Oh, I'll always be here, Roman, but even so, you enjoy those knights and fantastic heroes, don't you?
Oh, do I?
Well, what would they do?
Face any and every challenge with courage and honesty.
That's the spirit, sorta. You got this, kiddo. Both of you. And Roman, I need my Tupperware back. So,
Thomas, despite the circumstances, it was fun acting alongside you. We should do it again sometime, with less plots of deception.
Sounds like a plan.
That little
on
smile
to
there.
valiantly and honestly achieving our
is
dreams.
a baby.
I hope in some way this provided a better understanding as to the different ways that we lie and how that may affect those around us. There are clearly many different perspectives on how it affects others, but when it comes to what we choose to say or what we choose not to say, it's good to remain conscientious of our
But this
actions.
episode is like less,
Pretending
you know,
that we're not
morally gray. Like
flawless,
clearly this lie was something that was
By
unnecessary
recognizing
and would
working
just make
on our
everyone
flaws,
like
we're taking
everyone
the best steps
more
forward to
upset.
be more
But
true
when it
and
comes to like the
honest
wedding thing, that
with
was a more
ourselves.
nuanced. Like this is a more
Until
you can
next
actually
time,
debate
take it
whether or
easy,
not
guys,
that
gals, and
would
non-binary
lie in there
pals.
or not
Peace
lying,
out.
or
Hey, Joan,
going or not going, or
about
like
last night,
being self-serving or selfless, whether that would be
I
good
totally
or bad.
forgot. I'm so sorry. I didn't remember until midway
But like
through
this
the outing.
episode was
that-
more
and-
just saying like introducing the concept of
But it was
The
a
scene
one-night
and
show
stuff.
you had, and
as a villain.
but the text sounded so serious.
Is that who's that? It's Joan.
Is that serious in your world? Is that a serious person thing?
Well, I clearly misinterpreted the tone.
Yawn.
No, but seriously, it's totally okay. I just hope you didn't do that thing that you do sometimes.
Leave a
where
comment
freak
if you
out, stand
yawn.
in the middle of your living room and talk to yourself for 20 minutes.
Comment down below,
no,
like,
I did
subscribe,
not
ring
do
that bell.
You know what? Yes, I
It
did.
is
Oh, shoot.
boy.
Well, since I'm here, I might as well present to you a couple musical puns based all around deceit,
Deceit.
lies,
He's
and
just a
dolls.
dork.
Lion King, Fibber on the Roof.
This was before,
Fibbin',
like, I think he
Jekyll
was
and Hyde,
really
totally not
getting
partial to that
frustrated,
one.
so he was
Forgery,
just able to
Second
just
Street,
be a
Willy
dork
Wonka
without
and the
people.
Alternative Factory.
So it's
Damn
sort of similar to
Yankee
Logan
Chains,
thing, where, like,
The Fraud
he
Couple,
was less
Full of
serious before
Chicago,
people
Lie,
started
Lie,
doubting his
Birdie, Miss
seriousness.
Lygon. How to succeed in business without really lying. The Untruthers, The Producers. I think that was my strongest one. That was fun.
I like the full of shit Chicago. Oh, I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I only have 6 left, and they're all, of course, long ones. Except for Crofters the Musical, but it gets compensated with the most recent ones, which are 44, 41 minutes. And then there's a 38 and a 23, which is more like similar to like the middle episodes. Okay, so I'll probably watch these episodes, the 23, 24, 25, and 26 in one episode, and then I'll watch Selflessness v. Selfishness, or Selfishness v. Selflessness, and Dealing with Intrusive Thoughts, both in the same episode. But those have a lot to talk about, and they're super long, and that would be like a 2-hour episode just with those 2 episodes. So I would watch those episodes just in a single episode. And now, so we're probably just going to end this out with, I believe, after the Can Lying Be Good was when chronologically the next bloopers video was. So we're gonna wrap it up with the bloopers video. Oh, and then that also helps because, nah, I guess never mind. But wait, does it? No, yeah, okay. So that also works because then we can end this next video with the bloopers video, which comes right after Embarrassing Phases. No, never mind. The next bloopers video comes after Selflessness v. Selfishness. So we gotta break the whole pattern of ending every episode of this rewatch with a bloopers video because it's gonna be in between these two. But yeah, that's a cool because we can take like a little break between these, so we can like kind of clear our heads with some bloops. So that works. Okay, so Thomas Sanders bloopers. That was a burp. And then Bloop Strikes Back. And also this has, okay, here's the whole thing is like, I wonder if they're gonna keep doing, I wonder if they're going to like do bloopers, because they kind of decided to just do bloopers for Sandersides. I wonder if they're going to have like separate bloopers videos for scripted content that's not Sandersides, because I think they decided like people didn't really like how they mixed in the bloopers from other scripted stuff with Sandersides. Like here they did the cartoon therapy in with everything else. I wonder if they're gonna have some cartoon therapy in the next bloopers video though, because I think that came out after the blooper reel Return of the Bloop. But like I wonder if they're gonna like, because this one, when I first watched this blooper video, I didn't know what cartoon therapy was, so I was just like, get these other things off my screen. I want to see the Sandersides bloopers. But now that I've watched the cartoon therapy videos, I can like laugh at those, but I still prefer like Sandersides bloopers because, you know.
These are gonna make bloopers, I feel this.
What is up, everybody? Keeping this intro short, a lot of you have asked for a new bloopers video, and believe me, between now and the last time I posted a bloopers video, there have been a lot of mistakes made. And so, without further ado, I present to you a ton more mistakes,
just got
outtakes, and a
a
bunch of other
sinking
silly
feeling that I
shenanigans taken
wasn't
from past
recording
Sandersides
right now,
cartoon therapy
but I'm pretty
and
sure I
more.
am.
Fair warning, there may be some spoilers from the most recent Sandersides video, so if you want to watch that first, you can click right here. Enjoy.
Yeah, okay, so
It's not
I'm
at all
right,
gonna be embarrassing.
because Ken Lang Be Good was the one that came right before this one.
To a diddly do. Sorry, I'm in the cartoon mode. Alright.
You got that? That's a good one.
You miss some things in these bloopers videos because they go so fast. Like you miss like more of like the little tiny sentences or like the little dumb things. Yeah, see, it was so hard to keep it together with the Joan and Thomas acting together.
Pretty purple hair. Purple hair. You are a habitual warrior. It's so hard to do. You are a habitual warrior. You are a habitual warrior. It's really hard to say. You are a
The Logan, all of the
warrior.
Logan bloopers are
I'm gonna say
just
it. A cotton-headed ninny muggins. A cotton-headed ninny muggins.
stumbling over your own words because
I
they're
said it.
big
A cotton-headed-
and fast.
A cotton-headed ninny muggins. A cotton-headed ninny muggins. I'm getting further away. A cotton-headed ninny muggins.
Everyone always talking about like in the making some changes. Everyone was always like, "Yeah, Logan is just sure I love Logan, but he's so hard to act as. Because you have to say all the things."
Never lying at all. Never lying at all. Never lying at all.
Joan
Then it might
Giggling.
seem like, you know, I should know the
teeny
line by
tiny
now.
little giggles.
And he's a little okay.
Yeah, the whole
he's
part of
not.
this thing where it's like, Joan, you're gonna have to leave the room because you make everyone
Don't you
laugh
think
too
this
much.
makes
When
him
you're
immature? I don't know.
just laughing.
What did we establish this whole shape-shifting thing for if we're never going to use it? We have this device at our fingertips. We never use it. You have to get sick of playing all the characters every once in a while.
It cut my throat.
You know those people who. You know those people who.
Apologies,
people who
everyone.
build
Patton
bomb
has been
shelters in their backyard?
executed.
That was weird.
Anything can. Well, that was weird. I've been a little bit of a disconnect these past few months. That was terrible.
That's basically my theory about why Sloan brought us here.
What is going
That's
on?
me trying to. The
No, I mean, like, what
dot
is-
one was me trying to act all the time, just saying, just trying, and then just going no.
Wait, I already lied? Like I don't have a choice in that matter?
No, Thomas, it's in the past.
Oh, look at that.
I love whenever Joan is not saying a line, they just kind of like zone out.
Look up the word joke in the dictionary. Jack Smellington. Look up
Hey, can someone like tally up the number of times I've said Joan in this
joke in
video
the
and like
dictionary.
comment them?
And now you can't put
That's
it
a
down.
fun
My
little
husband, Gee, Manetti, it's like I'm
Sunday
married to
afternoon game.
Gee, Manetti, it's like I'm married to a child.
Yes, it's
Gee, Manetti,
Joan
it's
isn't
like I'm
able to
married a child.
stand there.
I might need you to hold on for a second.
I still don't know what those things are supposed to be
Manetti, it's
on
not
their
doing
beanie.
what I wanted to do.
I hope you have a better memory than that other Dory. No one's arguing with you on that. They're so wonderful that you can
And then all of the Virgil bloopers are just everything slurs together because same with Virgil and
Ed?
Oh, that's my name, don't wear it out.
Virgil and
That was totally Mickey Mouse.
First you want come out, you want say
Virgil and
God,
Seat,
but-
a lot of their bloopers are just like everything slurring together because they just talk like this. And then it just goes. I hope I explained that with the most precise accuracy details.
Of the family.
No, I'm really more of a Ryan Ross.
Like I was saying before I was interrupted by the Microsoft turd. Why do I have such like an Earl voice here? Why do I... Microsoft turd. Rudely interrupted by the Microsoft turd. Being rudely interrupted by the Microsoft turd. Microsoft turd.
Probably the easiest to see actually goofing off in the for some reason in the bloopers, like every bloopers that's done by Roman seems like something Roman would actually say, and then it's actually Roman doing that because he already just acts like that, like just a big old idiot.
I'm gonna
Little
literally
himbo
knock myself in the face with
bitch.
the sword. A point other than Pearl's nose. Boom! Waka waka. Just kidding. He got it. Reached out all.
Tater. Tater. Ralph Nader eats potatoes.
But I know Corbin brings a lot.
And now you're
My face always hurts after a bloopers video. Just wait until the return of the bloop. Or the return of the bloop. Just wait for that episode because I will just be smiling the whole time. My face will get red and bruised because I can't unstick it because I will just be laughing the whole time. Every single time I watch it, it never gets old.
So I lied in order to have a free day to share with him.
What? Sorry. You're lazy and you're gay? You're fired!
Look, this is Sanders sides, not best friend sides.
This is stupid.
I want those as like a series of Mattel
Doesn't
dolls,
seem to
best
be
friend
as
sides.
Strong as of late, I see. Strong as of late, I see. I see.
Stage! That's it! Then we shall play the part. I spit a bunch. I always spit as Roman.
No, you're fine. It's just that. Why are you laughing?
Because I thought you were gonna laugh.
Maybe they both don't. Maybe only one does. Maybe both don't. Okay, but it was Severus Snape who said that Slytherins have nope. Hold on. Who said that Gryffindors have no regards for the rule. Okay, but it was Severus Snape. Hold on. Just hold on a second. Maybe the only one does. Maybe they both don't. We could do this all day, so let's just move on.
The man with his life. Oh, I got it from Finding Nemo.
I wonder who these people are, like
Whatever
in
this
relation
was,
to
I hope that you
Thomas.
enjoyed
Dot
Alexa,
and
I'm going to
forget the
shut
other guy's name.
you down.
I wonder who the actor and
Alexa,
actress,
shut up.
I like that.
how they are in
Sanders.
relation to
You
Thomas.
always
Probably
stick
like
up
they
for
probably did like a
yourself.
play together. I don't know.
Good for you, Sanders. Looks like
community
you finally
theater
grew a
buds.
spine.
Or like family friends.
For
I
you,
don't know.
Sanders. Looks like you finally grew a spine. Looks like you finally grew a spine. I suppose you're right. Sorry. I suppose you're
The
right.
token heterosexual
You
couple.
can't do any better
Be like-
than if Sweat Snazzer.
I'm looking at you.
What? You guys haven't seen Steven
She's
Universe?
looking at us?
I'm the baby.
That's like
My name is Virgil. Okay, it's like a band-aid. I gotta,
It's like
rip it off.
Band-Aid.
Band-aid. Sorry.
Shut up! Sorry. This is. Oh no!
It's Crofters.
And this video isn't even sponsored. Shut up!
Yeah, I love me a good spoonful of Crofters, but that came out of list.
The quack laugh
Yeah, I mean, I love
with
it.
Logan.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, this is still for the thumbnail. Me laughing heartily, spooning Crofters. That's the thumbnail. Fitting in. Crofters.
Wait.
Okay.
They did sponsor. Or they partnered. I don't know.
Pick my brain.
I don't know if they
like
actually
it's his
sponsored
nose.
it. They partnered for the
Pick my
Loganberry,
brain
but
like it's his nose. Pick my brain like it's his nose.
so what's that tattoo on her arm? That's cool.
Larry!
You upgraded from small nuisance to giant thorn in our side. For a good reason. That's me not remembering the line.
Like your weird habit.
I think that's the take that they
gluing
actually
your
used.
butt cheeks together.
That just sounds like something Joan made up and put into the script.
That was my grandma's vase. She gave it to me before she died. She was only
Yeah, I think some of that,
19.
the stage stuff,
so young.
it was
She was
actually
like-
ad-libbed and then they just like reacted
My
it
vase.
out.
It was given to me by Dame.
Or if this is
Helen
just them
Mirren.
goofing off.
She's a dame, right? She's a dame, right?
That's true. What? Where are we?
Then we, you and I, Thomas, shall play the part. Are you with me? Are you following what I'm saying?
And then Joan's bloopers are just
Well, there goes that
continuing
phone.
to speak
Wasn't really on
things
board
that
with
aren't
this
the
whole
line
thing.
and
I looked right
reiterating
in
the line in
camera,
different
wasn't really on
ways.
board. I looked right in the camera again.
Or a lot less. Who knows?
And also
Welcome
cursing
back,
a lot.
Nope. Welcome back, Thomas. Welcome back, Thomas. That's why I'm not in sports.
Because I hardly represent balance.
I'm recording right now and I shouldn't be.
Oh, that's the dude. That's the ex dude. I still don't know who he is, but now we see his face.
Every pork chop were perfect, we wouldn't have hot dogs. I'm drunk.
The accolades you wrapped up. Sorry, Mr. Lamp.
What if Picani was just constantly drunk and we just didn't know?
Feel like you don't fit in?
Oh yeah, the whole Picani is a fusion of
Sorry.
Logan and Patton thing.
Shelly?
The whole fusion of Patton and Logan is Picani. I really like. It's not a. Of course, they're not the same universe. It's not actually. That's not actually a thing, but it's so. I love like doing like fanfiction stuff about it. And like theories and stuff and
Stop.
headcanons
I'm gonna get this
of them
bug.
fusing and
Did you make
doing
that sound,
Picani.
Bug?
He's gonna. Excuse me.
He just
Our
doesn't stop
relationship
talking.
is
about
not-
it.
Your throat is like some weird thing.
I've been saying that.
Shut up! I hereby vote.
Oh no! What do I do now? My bobby pin fell out of my hair. Is there a cowlick?
A tiny one. Put that in the bloopers, just that shot.
Flap, 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 flap.
You better not start a fight. Oh no, you stupid asshole.
Was that him
I
getting ready
grabbed
for
someone
Virgil?
besides him, and now he's so upset.
Oh yeah, here's they have a history
two have a
blooper I was talking about.
I'm not.
Yeah,
I'll be over.
talking
I'll be
about
over. I won't
deceit and
text anymore.
Virgil. These two
Lead to
have
bad
history.
Well, I'll see you in a couple hours when you are actually thinking that you need a meal at 12 o'clock at night. I'll talk better next time.
I'll talk better next time.
Why would I mind?
Just a few.
Let's try it again.
We can have a few
is the
deceit
first-
bloopers as a treat.
My bad.
No, Corbin. Steve. No, Connie.
Stephen. Corbin.
Was that real?
That was real.
Oh my god.
Good old Virgil monologue back again.
Yeah, you are Logan.
Which day is it?
You
What
are
year? Where
Logan.
am I? Who am I anymore?
Where are you?
And I'm so sorry.
But embracing it all the same in order to form a more perfect union. Oh, Talon loves that sound. And you populate your
Oh yeah, and
with
then
zany
I
and
also
goofy characters.
yeah, goofy characters. Whenever zany and goofy characters, whenever I hear that line, I think of that
Zany
blooper.
and goofy characters. I can't even say it normal anymore.
It's suffocating, is what it is, and it's doing more harm than. Let's try it again from the top. Doc, her worrying is literally it's forcing her to just
Flames.
on the side of my face.
Sometimes you just want to exclaim.
They reference their own
The?
things.
That's it. All the world's a stage, Thomas. Hey, everybody.
Are you wearing the rainbow because you don't have the beanie?
Fantasy World. I've had something in my throat. Calm down.
If I was ever having guy troubles, they'd be.
Oh, they sound awful.
They would dance.
They-
That's how I walk in.
Cellophane.
We're at a penguin exhibit.
Of course not. Horse snot. Now I can't do it seriously.
Disgusting.
Kenny, do you mind?
See, you wanted him to just give me a piggyback. Sorry to break it to you, but look. Okay.
I'll just
Well,
headbutt him into the
stop.
dick. Over and over again.
Stop to you, but
Get him away.
stop it. Stop.
I really wish they kept that in. I always write, I really like writing deceit that whenever he experiences like strong emotions, he gets like a lisp on his asses. Like whenever he's like nervous or something, he starts lisping his asses. Or like he gets caught off guard.
I don't know.
Only friend in the world who also happens to be my pet hamster.
He has Histon cannon, but I mean, I wish he did more.
Did you get
Of course, not every S, but just like a few times, and like to like accentuate a few things.
What?
Like suck up.
My grandma's f***ing bass, dude.
Like everyone's. Alright, was sorry.
Who the F? You?
CK.
Just you guys watching is support enough.
Damn.
I don't know how you just walk behind the person that you're filming.
Maybe this could work. This script is bananas. Who's doing the dance?
Is that so bad? No.
I really am sorry.
love corn.
That's insecure, Larry.
No, you're.
The two characters, not the. That wasn't just this unrelated statement.
I'm doing. I hope this is funny.
I think it's great.
Okay.
I really liking what I'm doing.
And that is it. I hope you enjoyed this bundle of blunders. Wow, that was good. If you're interested in any of my previous videos, click over here. If you're new to the channel and would like to subscribe, click down here. And if you're interested in becoming featured Vander, click down here. That's it. And
Okay,
until next
so I
time,
think that's gonna
take it
wrap
easy,
up
guys, gals,
this
and non-binary pals.
video
In the
of
words of Terrence, this
rewatching,
video has
and we
been
have 2 more to go.
lit. Or in the words of Joan,
And I should. I don't know if I'm gonna do any more today or like when I'm gonna do those, but I don't know. We'll see.